Good evening, hockey fans, and what is going on? It is your host, Neil Villapiano, and welcome to another exciting live watch along right here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Tonight, we have a matchup between the Winnipeg Jets traveling to the island to take on the New York Islanders. This live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network are sponsored by the awesome people at DraftKings Sportsbook. Make sure to use our promo code when you sign up for DraftKings THPN. These live watch-alongs also, guys, are comment-driven. So if you have a comment, prediction, question, anything like that, let us know in the comment section and we'll share it here on the screen. Also, make sure to leave a like on the stream, subscribe, and punch notification bell so you don't miss any new live watch-alongs that we do right here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Also, guys, if you do feel like donating, you don't have to, but they are appreciated. All donations go back to the hosts like myself. And guys, I am just super excited to be doing another live watch along today. It's just myself, my good buddy Tyler. It was great to do that live watch along back on Wednesday, but today, it's just me in the driver's seat, baby. And as always, super excited to be doing a live watch along here and entertaining you lovely people on this Friday evening. We got some comments already in the chat. HBF is in the chat. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for the comment. We appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. 5-2 Islanders and yo. Josh is in the chat. Say, let's go. Good to see you, Josh. Hope you're doing well today, my friend. What's going on, Jacob? Thank you so much for saying hey and hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. Excuse me about that. Jacob says, oh no, it's Neil. Yeah, I know. It's your worst nightmare, Jacob. It is your worst nightmare today. What's going on, Danelle? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well today, my friend. What up, Neil, my man? Hope you got that wine with you on the side. I do indeed. I told you guys I was going to get back to it, and I got it right here. So definitely having a glass of wine with you guys as we watch this good game here tonight. Jacob says, New York Islanders 100% beating the shit Jets. I wouldn't say 100%. The Islanders tend to beat teams that struggle, to say the least. And the Islanders are still struggling to score goals, so it could be a difficult matchup tonight. But we shall see. Rainiel Soto is in the chat. Thank you so much for coming on and saying hi. We appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. What are your thoughts of Eichel return to Buffalo? It went about as well as I thought it was going to be. It's just hilarious that the Golden Knights ended up losing that game. And, Jack Eichel, trying to rub some salt in the wound and saying, it's the loudest I've heard it in my 6 years there. And it's like, all right, everybody got what they wanted at the end of the day. And now both the player and the Sabres organization can move on. Rainiel Soto again saying hi. Jacob says, Neil, last time you will see me for about a week because I'm going camping and won't be back till Thursday. No worries, Jacob. Hope you have a great time camping, my friend. And as always, we appreciate you hanging out with us here for these live watch-alongs. Rainiel Sota's going 3-1. Rainiel, who do you have winning the game? You got a score prediction, but you didn't give us the team. How do you feel about the MLB getting a deal done and end the lockout? It's about damn time. It's about damn time that the players and owners finally came to an agreement and just got baseball going. And the good news is that we're not going to miss any games. I believe it's still going to be a 162-game season, universal DH. Every team is going to get a chance to play every team at least once this year, which is phenomenal. And we're already seeing free agency off and running. So it's good that baseball is indeed going to be happening this year. Jacob's going to go 4-1 Islanders. Robin is out. I did hear about that. Jacob, how serious is Robin's injury? Let me know. Okay, I can't freaking find the Mini Stick Hockey League ball, so there have not been a game since the Sharks' first Blue Star. That is rough, HBF. Hopefully you can find that ball, my friend. Good to see you, Josh. Thank you for saying hi, man. Appreciate it. RJ giving us a score update. First of all, happy Friday, RJ. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. Blue Jackets are up on the Wild 1-0 in the first period. Thank you for that. Islanders scored 6 goals last night against the Blue Jackets, so they better bring it against the Jets tonight. Yeah, both of these teams coming off a win. Jets beating the Devils 2-1 last night. Islanders winning 6-2. What was the final score of that last one? 6-0. against the Blue Jackets. I'll double check. Yeah, it was 6-0 against the Blue Jackets yesterday. So both of these teams coming in the second of a back-to-back. So we'll see how tired both of these teams are going into this one. Jack the Cutie Eichel. Yeah, it's really sus. Just keep with the sus comments, my friend. Radio says the New York Islanders, so he's going to go 3-1 Islanders. I'm going to go with a low-scoring 2-1 win for the Islanders in a shootout. And that's kind of crazy for me to say, but it is. I feel like it's going to be low-scoring. Both. I think the Hellebuck is playing in net for the Jets. He didn't play last night. Eric Comrie got the start, but I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. That's the way that I see the Islanders. That's the only way that they usually have been able to win games. So I think that's what's going to happen today. So give me the Islanders to win 2-1 in a shootout. Matthew Barzal, Sooners scores the first. I actually don't think he's playing, as far as I know. Semyon Varlamov in net for the Islanders, 3-12-1, 2.90 goals against average and a .911 save percentage. So he's playing well. The team is just not really giving him the support that he needs. So I'm sure he's looking for that. Connor Hellebuck is in net for the Jets, 19-29, 2.97 goals against average, 8.908 save percentage, and he has 3 shutouts. So it will be interesting to see how both teams come out in this one. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited as well. This is going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. It's probably going to be low scoring, but it's still going to be a good one here. As both teams are at center ice, the ref is waiting for the all-go signal. Taking his time here, as they usually do. They like to get it as Scheifele and Casey Cizikas will take the opening face-off of this one any second now, and I will get to some of the other comments I see already, so please be patient with that. But again, still waiting here. Don't really know what's going on. Don't know why it's taking so freaking long. Any second now, but now we're getting ready. Ref is at center ice. He's ready. He drops the puck, and we're underway in our matchup tonight between the Winnipeg Jets and the New York Islanders. So this should be a good one. Now I'll say, do you feel Eichel returned to Buffalo just like Tavares returned against the Islanders? No, I don't think it was as bad. But again, at the end of the day, both teams got what they wanted. I think Eichel had a decent game. The Sabres got what they wanted. They won the game. They were able to boo Eichel, so I think everybody can move on. Devils should have beaten the Jets last night, I will say. Yeah, they really were the better team in that one last night, Donnell. But Eric Comrie was just really, really good in net for the Jets, and you got to tip your cap to him. The Golden Knights have yet to release an expected timetable for Leonard's recovery, but it looks like he'll almost certainly miss a handful of contests at a minimum. So it looks like Thompson and Laurent Brossoit are going to be the tandem moving forward as Mark Scheifele coming in, waiting for numbers, drops it off, but it's intercepted. Mark Scheifele gets it back and looks to set up for the Jets. Donnell's going to go 5-1 Islanders. What is going on, Fagio? I was hoping you'd jump in the chat. I knew that you were going to be in this one as you're obviously a Winnipeg Jets fan. He says, Neil, you're doing a Jet stream again. I am indeed. I'm 1-0. I'm actually 2-0 in Jet streams this year. So we'll see if I move to 3-0. The Jets can get this win tonight. Well, Tampa Bay beat the Sens 5-0 first MSHL game, and then the Habs versus the Leafs game. The Leafs won 5-4. Then the Sharks blew a 5-0 lead to the Blues. And the Blues came back and won 6-5. That is another update from Mini Stick Hockey League on his Mini Stick Hockey League league. As that shot there by Winnipeg is blocked. Josh Bailey is going to score in the first period, so we shall see. Can you give us luck like the last time? I will try my best. I will try my best, Fagio. Hopefully, the Jets can do it. If they do win tonight, that'll make it a 3-game winning streak. Islanders looking to try to get to a 2-game winning streak. Zdeno Chara is back in the lineup for the New York Islanders. He is coming off missing 6 games with an upper body injury. Yes, the infamous upper body injury, which we never know what it really is. And Kyle Palmieri is going to school in the first school. Interesting. What's going on, Chris Santiago? Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. Who is in net for Vegas Golden Knights? I am not sure. Are they even playing tonight? I have to double check. They are not. They are playing right now. They're at the first intermission against the Penguins. I'm not sure right now who is in net. I think Jacob could probably let you know. Jacob says it's 1-0 Penned over the Golden Knights. RJ says tomorrow, 10 games in the NHL and then another 10 games on Sunday. Hashtag ad for the MSHL. You know it. You know it. Who is in net for the Vegas Golden Knights? I'm not entirely sure, but when I get a chance, unless Jacob is able to let you know, I will get to that as soon as I can. What's going on, Bo Cephas? Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Hope you're doing well on this Friday evening. Leave a like on the stream. If you haven't already, helps out the channel tremendously. Since you just said it will probably be low scoring, means take the over. That's honestly not bad either if you decide to take the over. And if you do, make sure you sign up with DraftKings and use our promo code THPN. And yes, Matthew Barzal is also back in the lineup after missing the last 6 games. So the Islanders are definitely at more full strength in this one, and they'll look to try to get the very passionate Islanders fan base a win tonight. Stop underestimating the Jets. We aren't that bad that we'd lose to the Devils. Come on, man. No offense, Neil. Again, here's the thing. I don't think the Jets are bad. I think the Jets, in some degrees, are mids. They're just a mids team right now. And it's okay. There's an opportunity there, and a pass in front to a player for the Jets, but that pass just goes wide. He would have had a wide open net to tap that in. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, the Jets just played a little bit better defensively. Eric Comrie was really good. It was just a hockey game last night. That's really what we saw. It was a good hockey game. That's what I'm going to say about that. Rainiel says, let's go Vegas Knights. All right. Chris, it's Brassois for some reason, even though it's a back-to-back. So there you go. There you go, Chris Santiago. It is Laurent Brassois who's currently in net for the Vegas Golden Knights tonight against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Laurent Brassois because he's very hot and sexy. Okay. Even though Faggio said that. Faggio says, so thank you, Faggio, for letting us know. And then Jacob letting us know that very hot and sexy. So that's interesting. And then RJ also letting us know. It's number 39, Laurent Brassois in net for the Vegas Golden Knights. So thank you for all those updates, guys. Appreciate it as the Islanders come into the zone. It's Pajot takes the shot, and that one is gloved by Hellebuck. Just a little over 4 minutes into this one again, our game between the Winnipeg Jets and the New York Islanders. Again, guys, if you're liking what you're seeing, leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe and punch notification bell so you don't miss any new live watch-alongs that we do right here on the Hockey Podcast Network. New live watch-alongs every single day here on the Hockey Podcast Network. So Danelle says, I skipped his comment, so I'm going to have to go back and look up just so I can... Devils shouldn't have beaten the Jets last night. I will say, yeah, like I said before, it was just a good back-and-forth hockey game. Eric Comrie just had himself a really, really good night. And he's actually been playing well of late. I think he's won each of his last 4 starts or 3 starts, as far as I'm concerned. The last live watch along I did of the Jets against the Blues, Eric Comrie was in net and the Jets won. Do you feel Eichel returned to Buffalo just like Tavares against the Islanders? Like I said before, no, I don't think that. I don't think it was. I guess it was a little bit the same. Again, the arena wasn't packed like the Islanders was when Tavares came back. So I guess you could say I could see a little bit of similarity, but not that much. To now, that would be to answer your question. Oh, you asked me a question about the Nets. A comment I made about the Nets. Yeah, the Nets, obviously with a big-time blowout victory, winning by 29 in Philadelphia against James Harden, Joel Embiid, and the Philadelphia 76ers. Big win, one of the biggest wins of the season for the Brooklyn Nets. And hopefully they can build upon that and start to continue to have success as that sharp angle shot went through the red line there, right behind Hellebuck, but didn't go in, as now the Jets have the puck, as Morrissey with a shot that just goes wide of the net. RJ, let me know. Again, it's 1-0 Penguins over the Golden Knights at the first intermission. One thing is when I find the MSHL ball, the first game will be Carolina versus the Caps, and then the Flames versus the Golden Knights. Thank you for that update, HBF. Appreciate it. As it looks like we're getting a penalty here against, I want to say it's against the Jets, so we'll see what it is, the Jets. It's Kyle Connor who got the game winner last night against the Devils. He goes to the sin bin, so with 14-12 remaining in the first, the Islanders will get the first power play of the night with the game still scoreless. What is going on, James? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Make sure to leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. He says, hi, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on this Friday evening. We appreciate Ray Neal again saying go Vegas Knights. Hashtag ad for the MSHL. Hey, you know what, HBF? You've been a big supporter of us, and we don't mind you doing that. As a shorthanded try there by Andrew Kopp gets deflected almost out of play. Now Kopp right in the slot with a shot, and he just missed. I don't know if he hit the post or not, but he looked up to the heavens and could not believe, all alone in the slot, shorthanded, he couldn't beat Semyon Varlamov, who came way out of the net. But a face-off will be in the Islanders zone here. 1:46 to go on the Islanders power play. 13:57 remaining here in the first period. Still no score of our game between the Winnipeg Jets and the New York Islanders. Jacob says, yeah, fuck Kyle Connor. He's a bum. Wouldn't necessarily say that. Would not say that. As now the Islanders come into the zone. Pajot fires it around the boards. Is now Anders Lee with the puck, the captain, wraps around to the other side, back to Pajot, gives it over to Brock Nelson, over to Dobson, now gets it over again to Brock Nelson, one-time shot by Dobson, now what a stop, scramble in front of the crease, Jets trying to clear it, they cannot. Dobson gets it again, it sets up for the Islanders, over to the left side, gets a nice feed, one-time pass to Brock Nelson, and he scores! Brock Nelson on a one-timer, just beats the glove of Connor Hellebuck. And with 13:22 to go in the first, the Islanders strike first on the power play. It's 1-0 on Brock Nelson's 23rd of the season. Noah Dobson keeps it in, gets it over to the left side. Who made that feed over to Brock Nelson? I got to see again on the replay here. As it was just a scramble. Kopp tried to clear it out. Dobson kept it in. Dobson getting over to the left side there. I think it was Beauvillier. But Brock Nelson on the 1T just buries it. It was Anthony Beauvillier. And Brock Nelson on the one-timer goes top shelf over the glove of Hellebuck and in. And the Islanders score. Take the lead here. 1-0 on the power play. 13:22 to go in the first period. Let's see here. NBA games March 13th. That'll be on Sunday, 1 o'clock. The Nets are at home against the Knicks. So the Battle of New York. Knights are 0-2. They have 2 games left in the season. Talk about the Mini Stick Hockey League. Thank you for that. Faggio says starting goalies today. Oh, God. Kaapo Kakinen, Elvis Merzlikins, Lauren Brossois, Tristan Jarry, Connor Hellebuck, Semyon Varlamov, Vitek Vanacek, Thatcher Demko. Thank you, Faggio. Robert Kitchens, thank you so much for the comment, man. We appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already and subscribe. Helps out the channel tremendously. He says Vegas sucks. So once again, we are just talking a lot about Vegas, but that's all right. And I do agree that Vegas sucks. Jacob, bro, you're smoking some K's. Connor is actually good. He's better than your dumb Jack Eichel. Lol. And then Jacob is happy that the Islanders took the lead. If I were to bet, it would be on the Jets. Well, they are right now trailing here early in this one as Brock Nelson getting his 23rd of the season on the power play is currently making it 1-0 Islanders. Beauvillier and Noah Dobson get assists on the Nelson goal at the 6:38 mark. Faggio says, oh, well, fuck. Okay, well, fuck. Yep, I can understand the frustration there, Faggio. 1-1 now between the Wild and the Blue Jackets. Thank you, RJ. Hello, my wonderful mother. Thank you so much for leaving a comment. We appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel. It's Mayfield with a shot right in the slot, and it deflects out of play. Oh, Scott Mayfield with a wide open chance to double the lead, but he couldn't bury it, and we'll get a stoppage in play. 11:38 to go in the first. The Islanders up early here on a power play goal by Brock Nelson to make it 1-0 Islanders. As we are going to step aside for just a moment to get our first word of the evening from our sponsors. So as always, a big thank you to our sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. When you guys sign up for DraftKings, make sure to use our promo code, which you can see in the bottom right corner there, THPN. And yes, again, I forgot to show you guys the statistics, so I apologize for that. But you're just joining us. The New York Islanders just took the lead on a power play goal by Brock Nelson, his 23rd of the year, came at the 6:38 mark, and that is where we are right now with 1-0 Islanders here over the Winnipeg Jets. HBF says, my guy, every team gets 4 games. That is impressive. That is, I guess you're talking to Jacob, I'm assuming. And now Jacob and Fagio, like they always do, are having a nice little conversation in the chat. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. As now the Jets try to get out of the zone, and here comes Andrew Kopp. Andrew Kopp up the center ice, looking to try to jump off left side, gets it over to Svechnikov. This is Andrei Svechnikov's brother, Evgeny Svechnikov. He wears number 71 for the Winnipeg Jets. I remember hearing his name last night. I said, wait a minute. When did Svechnikov get traded? But no, it's his brother. And I believe Svechnikov's brother was on the Detroit Red Wings last year. I think Fagio could probably fact check that for me. As now the Jets into the offensive zone, scramble in front of the crease a little bit, but now the Islanders take it out. Gives over to the right side. Noah Dobson, who has one of the assists on the first goal, dumps it into the zone. 11 minutes exactly to go here in the first period. Again, 1-0 Islanders here on a goal by Brock Nelson. Fagio says, how do we only play one game? What? Yeah, no. Fagio, Jacob, and HBF are talking about the Mini Stick Hockey League in the chat, which I have no problem with at all. And again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. As we do this live watch along. Appreciate it as always, guys. 100%. As now the Islanders come back into the zone. Tried to feed it over to Kyle Palmieri, but he just missed him. If Palmieri had gotten that pass firmly, he would have had a wide open shot there and a chance to double the lead. Now Pulock gets it over, and the Islanders come back into the zone. Palmieri gets it over to Cizikas. Cizikas tried to feed it in front, and that shot just goes wide. Good feed there as he tried to feed Matt Martin. Couldn't get enough of it. Pulock with the puck now gets hit off the boards, and now 64 takes it for the Jets. Jets trying to get it out of the zone, and they do as we've just reached the halfway point of the first period here against here in this game between the Islanders and the Jets. Again, still 1-0 as you can see on the screen. Fagio says he was on the trash Wings, but now he's on the fly high Jets, who is way better than the Wings and Evgeny over on trade too. How is honestly, like Fagio, you got to be honest with me. How has Svechnikov done with the Jets? Like, let me know. I'd actually like to know. As Fagio says, dang, rest in peace, Mini Stick League Ball 2021-22. HBF, I'm sure will be able to find it in no time. He had this problem one time when we were doing a live watch along, and he eventually found it. So I have no doubt that he will find it again here this evening. So play is called offsides here against the Jets. And so we'll get another stoppage of play. 9:13 to go in the first period. Again, still 1-0 here for the Islanders as they take on the Winnipeg Jets. And so as I always do on commercial breaks, we're going to take another quick break to get a nice word from our sponsors. So again, a big thank you to our sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. Again, when you sign up for DraftKings, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to use our promo code, which you can see in the bottom right corner, THPN, and tell him Neil Villapiano sent you. So we're a little bit more than halfway through the first period again of our game between the New York Islanders and the Winnipeg Jets. The Islanders scored 3-4 minutes ago on the power play. It was a goal by Brock Nelson, getting his 23rd of the season. So other than that goal by the Islanders, obviously making it the only difference so far in this game, I would say, honestly, this has been a pretty slow-paced game, to say the least. 30-plus goals and 30-plus assists this season. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Austin Matthews, Alex Ovechkin, and a guy that Jacob thought was a bum, but really isn't, Kyle Connor, who is playing in this game tonight. Again, Kyle Connor, one of the most underrated players in the National Hockey League, and a guy who's going to be a problem for international teams playing for the United States for years to come. And that makes me excited as a USA Hockey fan. As now the Jets look to try to set something up. Morrissey over to the right side, takes a wrist shot. That one stick aside by Varlamov. I know the Jets haven't put a lot of pressure on Varlamov, but when they have, so far Varlamov has been solid in net. HBF says, or I have to buy another one. How much do those balls cost, HBF? I imagine not too much, like a couple of dollars, right? Probably not that much. As the Islanders intercept the puck, look to set it up. Matthew Barzal making his way. Barzal in his first game back after being off for the last 6 games due to an injury. Jets trying to get it out of the zone, and they will slowly get it out as a nice backhand pass over to Svechnikov, and he'll dump it in as both teams make a change. James says, do you know our other guys maybe streaming with Washington, Vancouver at 7 PC, 8 Mountain Time? James, unfortunately, I hate to disappoint you, buddy, but we are not doing another live watch-along tonight after this one, so I do apologize for that. But, James, I'll make a deal with you, buddy. The New Jersey Devils are in Vancouver next week, and maybe I could get Isha and Dylan, or both of them, to join on with me to do a live watch-along of the Devils Canucks game next week. What do you think about that? I might do that one. So the Islanders dump it into the Jet zone. Fagio says, talking about Evgeny Svechnikov, he's definitely overachieving this season. There was a poll in the Reddit Winnipeg Jets asking how much Svech played out this season, and the majority said he would play a little in the NHL, but mostly in the minors. Well, he looks like he has certainly been really living up, going over expectations. And I think that's a really, really good thing. And that just means that he's a guy that could really do some damage moving forward as a young player. As now the Islanders getting into the zone, tried to feed it over to Pulock, lost the puck, and now the Jets look to try to come the other way with speed. It's Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers waits, drops out to 64, goes behind the boards here, gets it over to Dubois, now to Connor, gets it top of the point to Ehlers. Ehlers backhands it, intercepted by the Islanders, and they'll dump it out of the zone. HBS says, well, I could go to the dollar store, my guy, and I want to go, but I want the MSHL ball back. The ball is pissing me off. Well, keep looking for it, HBF. Keep looking for it. Look in places that you don't usually think that they could be, and I'm sure that you could get it. I'm sure you'll be able to find it. The Winnipeg Jets are currently standing 5 points behind the Dallas Stars for the second wildcard spot with 62 points. If the Jets can win tonight, they would move at least ahead of Anaheim and be tied with Vancouver for fourth place in the wildcard standings. So obviously they'll want to get that win tonight. Baji says, and obviously he's played well all of his games in the NHL. He's actually been really good putting up goals and assists and performs when the Jets need him to. Had a lot of point streaks of +2 games. Well, he's starting to become a very, very consistent player. So I'm sure, Fagio, from a Jet perspective, that's got to be a really, really good thing to see. What is going on, Kat? Kat, I told you I was going to be doing an Islanders game. I told you I was going to be doing one, and now we got this going on. She says, hey, go New York Islanders, 1-0. But thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, Kat. Hope you're doing well this evening. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channels tremendously. Rainiel says, Anders Lalali. Yes, he is the captain of the New York Islanders, and I'm sure the Islanders would love to see him get on the score sheet tonight. HBF says, Neil, I'm sad. I think my crush likes someone else. You hate to see it, HBF. There's a turnover there by the Jets. Nearly comes into disaster. The Islanders keep it in. Dobson over to left side. Back to Pulock. Pulock with a shot that just goes wide, and the Jets will look to clear it. But HBF, let me tell you something, buddy. Let me tell you something. I know you've heard this a lot, but there are a lot of fish in the sea, my friend. And you're younger than I am, my friend. Like, I'm 24, almost 25, and I still have not found, the one. And it takes time. Some people get it very quickly. Some people take until they're 30 or 35 to find the right person for them. You just have to stay the course and understand that the right person is going to find you at some point, and it's going to be great. And if you have to wait a long time, you got to wait a long time, my friend. So that would be my advice to you. Keep your head up. You're a good dude. Keep doing the things that make you happy, and focus on yourself, man, because at the end of the day, you are the boss of your own life. So that's a little piece of advice I could give to you, HBF. Hopefully that helps a little bit. James says, I will always join the stream. I'm just asking because I bet on the Vancouver game. Let's go Vancouver Islanders. James, what's your what's your full bet tonight? What money did you put down? What are the bets you put down? Let me know in the stream. That shot is blocked, but the Islanders will go back to set it up. Cat Connors is happy, saying, let's go. Love to see it. Faggio says, that Connor Dubois-Speck line that's on the second line is deadly as fuck. They certainly had some really good opportunities last night, and Connor scored. It's a backhand try there by the Islanders. It's stopped and covered by Hellebuckis. We'll get a face-off here with 4:19 to go in the first period. Islanders still holding on to a 1-0 lead here over the Winnipeg Jets. Kat says, off the bar, they need to get that in the net. So frustrating. I'm saying, I can understand that, Kat. It can be frustrating, especially when you've had the better of the chances and you get a shot like that, it rings off the pipe. Watch last night when the Devils played the Jets, the same Jets, and Faggio will tell you this. The Devils hit the post like 3 or 4 times. By all rights, the Devils should have scored 3 or 4 goals, but they didn't. And that's hockey sometimes. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it doesn't. That's just how it goes, my friend. HBF says, may I ask my friend to ask her who she likes? I wouldn't really get involved in that, HBF. I really wouldn't recommend it. I would just say, honestly, just leave it. You're going to have other crushes as you get older. And, look, again, the right person will find you. You're almost 12 years old, man. You got a lot of life left to live. You are painfully young. You are painfully young, my friend. What's going on, Rick Smith? Thank you so much for coming out and leaving out a comment. We appreciate it. Rick, as always, my friend, leave a like on the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. He says, Penguins are currently up 2-0 now of the Vegas Golden Knights. So, obviously, the Golden Knights are not thrilled about how they're playing so far tonight. HBS says, I'm 11, turning 12. Thank you. No worries. No worries. No worries. My apologies. James says, you think, then go ask her. Dude, you're dude or dud? You got to ask HBF that one. HBF says, well, I can't ask yet because we're on March break. So, yeah. Oh, dude, you got time then. Wait a while. Let the right thoughts come into play and then kind of go from there. Cat Connor says, scumbags, haha, the NHL is too good. It is too good at times, Cat, 100%. What's up, guys? Just chilling with a rum and coke. That is a good choice of beverage. I got my glass of wine. Cheers, everybody. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. Damn, I may just wait for now. That's honestly the best thing that you can do, HBF. That would be the best thing I can recommend right now. And then James says, okay, trade a lunch goodies. Hey, at that age, that's a dangerous thing to be traded, my friend. That is a dangerous thing. That means a lot. That means a lot. RJ giving us an update also with the Penguins game again. 2-0 Penguins over the Vegas Golden Knights in the second period. Thank you so much for that, RJ. RJ says, Neil, I might be getting my mug this weekend. Awesome, man. Awesome. Excited. And Baj, if you got any social media, make sure to share a picture of the mug and tag, Isha Dillon, the Hockey Podcast Network. Make sure to tag those guys. Make sure to tag all those guys and shout them out. We'd appreciate it 100%. Friday night with some Islanders hockey, nothing better. I mean, for me, nothing would be better than some Devils hockey, Cat, but I can definitely understand. It's a good way to begin the weekend to watch your favorite team in your favorite sport play a game. I think what would make it even more fun, Kat, is that obviously you're at the game itself. That would be the only thing that would be better. Jacob says, trade lunch? Nah, I trade the good stuff. Okay. What do? You trade energy drinks, Jacob? Is that what you do? You trade the energy drinks with your friends? James says, I heard that no penalty called in the Leafs game last night. What the hell? That's pretty remarkable. Not a single penalty was called. There's a slap shot there by Pulak. It's stopped by Hellebuck. And now the Jets look to come the other way. Long pass. It's a 2-1 for the Jets. One-time shot over to Kyle Connor. And he scores. Kyle Connor with goals in back-to-back games. The Jets get somehow a 2-1. And Nikolai Ehlers feeds over to Kyle Connor. And he buries it. His 36th of the season. And with just a little over 3 minutes to go in the first, the Jets have tied this game up. It's 1-1. As it started with a slap shot by Pulak, and then a good job there. Nice feed, backhand try over to Ehlers, stays on sides. Ehlers and Connor, 2-1, and Varlamov just has no shot as Ehlers wanted to make that pass. The 1T beating Varlamov, and the Jets have tied this game up with 3 minutes to go here in the first. I have been focusing on school more than my crush, and I'm doing good at school. HBF, I love that, man. Keep it up. Keep it up, man. That is exactly what you need to do. Rick Smith said, cheers, Vegas on the board. It's now 2-1. All right. 2-1, baby. Yeah. So there you go. Jacob's a little happy. Jack Eichel with the goal. Nah, the other good stuff that teens do. Jesus Christ, Jacob. RJ says, tomorrow, Anaheim Ducks versus the New Jersey Devils at 7 o'clock. Devils will look to try to go 3-1 on their 4-game homestand. Kat says, well, yes, but not this game, sadly, not UBS. Fair enough. Oh, there we go, Islanders, giving up a fucking goal. 1-1. It is indeed 1-1. Yep. Wow, 1-1. THPN is the best. Thank you so much, Kevin711. We appreciate it, man. Good to see you as always, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. That's the Islanders, of course. What's going on, Andy? Good to see you, buddy. Hello, all. I'm on my way to the casino. Have fun, Andy. Thank you so much for leaving a comment and saying hi. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Appreciate it. What is up, Kevin? Good to see you, buddy. Really, really good to see you today. Again, RJ with the update. 2-1 Penguins now against the Golden Knights. Kyle Connor's goal, 36th of the year, assisted by Nikolai Ehlers and Neil Pionk. Neil Pionk was the one that started that whole breakaway chance to set up that goal. My mom says, now we have a game. Indeed we do. Were the Blackhawks from 2010 to 15 a dynasty? Absolutely. 3 cups in 5 years? No question about it. I think that they were definitely the modern-day dynasty. As that shot by the Jets from the blue line is stopped and covered by Varlamov. Get a face-off here. 2:02 to go in the first period. Both teams now with a goal, as the Jets just tied it on a 2-on-1 on a goal by Kyle Connor, his 36th of the season. But I made her laugh today. Dub as always. Dub as always. Ray Neal says, VJK, sorry. What makes a team a dynasty? Winning like at least 3 championships in the span of like 5 or 6 years would probably make it a dynasty.
10.
You think in 10 years?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. So I guess you could say like, between 5 to 10 years. And he says, is this now dating advice with Neil? I mean, if you want to ask, you can, but we're focusing squarely on hockey. But Andy, as you know, we always talk about random stuff in this chat, no matter what's going on in the game. So it happens. What's going on, Kevin? Thank you so much for coming on and saying hi to everybody. We appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously, but I hope you're doing well this Friday evening. VGK. Baggio's pumped up. He says, let's go. James says, I do the Canadian game. Pro line tickets, so I pick other than just hockey, basketball as well. Tonight, 2 tickets, total bet $7 payout. $7. Payout is $95. That is awesome, James. Very, very awesome, man. Hopefully you get some money. Varlamov says, not Varlamov, Kat says, Varlamov needs to retire because he's not a good goaltender, at least what I've seen this season. Well, Kat, you weren't in the chat before when I saw the stats. To me, it doesn't look like Varlamov is playing poorly. It's that he's not getting goal support. He has a goals against average of almost below 2 and has the same percentage well over 9. His win-loss record is the only difference because I just don't think he's been getting a whole lot of support. That's the way that I look at it. And he says, yes, I'm the king of random chat. No doubt about that. RJ says New York Rangers 1994 Stanley Cup championship, still the most recent championship the Rangers have. 45 seconds to go here in the first period. Game still tied at a goal apiece. VGK over the Jets. And then HBF says Toronto over the Oilers. I'm getting some words here. As that shot by the Jets is stopped, and the wraparound try is kicked aside by Varlamov. Jets trying to get something with 30 seconds to go here in the first period. Both teams looking for maybe one last chance before the end of the period. Kevin 711 says Devils, Penguins, Red Wings, and Blackhawks are the modern dynasties. Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with that at all. You're absolutely 100% correct, Kevin. Kat says, what do you think of the NFL trade so far in the offseason? Well, we'll talk about that at the intermission, Kat. So just give me a few moments here, but 5 seconds to go here in the period. Islanders get it, chipping out of the zone, and that will do it for the first period here of our game. As both teams with a goal, Brock Nelson scored on the power play to make it 1-0. And then with about 3 minutes to go in this period, a 2-on-none for the Jets resulted in a Kyle Connor goal, his 36th of the year. And after one period of play, it is 1-1. So we got ourselves a good game so far here, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll see what both teams have in store for us in the next 40 minutes of play. Kevin says, Rangers won Cup in 83 years. Very, very true. HBF says, wait, Toronto over Caps. All right, fair enough. Jacob from the Coyotes is good. A lot of teams interested. Jacob Chikrin, yeah, we'll see if he ends up getting moved at the deadline. VGK, sadly, no Cup. Can't argue that. But before we continue our stream here, we are going to get a quick word from our sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook.
All right, team, time to bet NFL games. Confidence.
I'm feeling a parlay with more legs than a spider.
So 9 legs?
Roll the dice, baby.
Indecision?
We pick one home favorite. I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Boring! 6-leg parlay, 2 home dogs, all hitting the over. Boom!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and feel the NFL action like never before.
So again, a big shout out to our sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. When you sign up for DraftKings, make sure to use our promo code, which you can see in the bottom right corner here, THPN, and tell them Neil sent you. So welcome to the first intermission report of our game between the New York Islanders and Winnipeg Jets. Brock Nelson and Kyle Connor are the goal scorers in the first, and as a result, it is 1-1 after 20 minutes of play. Let's get to some other comments here because there's a lot. So I want to get back to, where was the comment? Kat wanted to ask, what do you think of the NFL trade so far in the offseason? Well, let me just quickly get through some of the other comments and we'll talk about that because I think it's important. Were the Kings a dynasty or not exactly? You can make an argument. They did win 2 cups in 3 years, so potentially. Miami Marlins Cup champions. No, I mean, they won a couple World Series. How about, let's talk about Nick Schmaltz, his 13 points in 4 games. He's boosting up his trade value, Fagio. That's for damn sure. Vegas loses to Buffalo. Washington loses to Montreal. You got to love hockey sometimes, right? Fagio says, and what makes it more impressive is that he's on the Coyotes, that poverty franchise. He's going insane. He certainly is. James says, no, the house always wins, not the team Vegas. As it looks like the Golden Knights have come back to tie the game. Indeed, they have. It is now 2-2, halfway through the second period between Vegas and Pittsburgh. MLB, will Gladdy Jr. get his MVP year? I think he's going to come in with motivation. I think Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Rick, is going to come in with motivation to try to win MVP. I think he's got a very good shot. I think he definitely does. Vegas Golden Refs, kind of true. RJ said, Coach Hockey Nation live show, live power play tonight at 9. Thank you, RJ. Rainiel says, go. We got Guardians Baseball 247. Love the name. Love the logo. Thank you so much for leaving a comment, man. We appreciate it. Showing your support. Leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. And also, guys, if you do subscribe and if you're new to the channel, make sure to let me know in the chat that you subscribed so I could shout you out here on the stream. Every single subscription helps us out 100%. Kat says, can you talk about my question before the NFL trades, about the NFL trades? Yeah, so let's talk about that. Really quickly here. Just want to say hi to Ben who's in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well today. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. It helps out the channel tremendously. But going back to Kat's question about NFL trades, yeah, it has been a busy week for the NFL with some major trades. Russell Wilson being traded to the Denver Broncos. We just got word yesterday Khalil Mack is being traded to the Los Angeles Chargers. Carson Wentz hysterically has been traded to the Washington Commanders, which is hilarious. So a lot of players, well-known players, are on the move to new teams. The quarterback market has been busy. Aaron Rodgers signing a long-term deal to stay in Green Bay. There's a lot going on, Kat, and I'll tell you this right now. A lot more is going to come before this season starts. There's going to be a lot of players in different places with already guys getting cut, things like that. It's going to be a lot. So buckle in. And we haven't even gotten to free agency yet. So, that's kind of the crazy thing. And we still have free agency, the draft, and then obviously, trade it, mini camps and things like that. A lot is still yet to happen. And this has already been a crazy start to the 2022-23 football season. Kevin says, Coyotes poverty franchise. Couldn't agree more. What's going on, Will? Thank you so much for leaving a comment, man. We appreciate hanging out with us. Hope you're doing well today. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already, boss man. It helps out the channel tremendously. LOL, Blues lose 4 in a row, the teams they should beat, but then beat the Rangers 6-2. I don't get it. Here's my response to that, Will. Hockey is a magical, unpredictable sport. You never know what can happen, and you can have games like that. You can lose 4 in a row to inferior teams, and then end up blowing out a really good team like the New York Rangers. It happens. It happens. Will says, LOL, Wilson on the Broncos, he beat in the Super Bowl. Comes full circle. Cat Connor says, laugh my ass off. Carson Wentz in Washington. Definitely helps out the Giants a little bit. That's for damn sure. Fauci says, this is the one time I'm going to root for the Knights. You guessed it. I have Brossois on my fantasy team. Well, this and yesterday and all the other games that Brossois starts while I still have him. Fair enough, Fagio. Fantasy can really make you torn between cheering for a team and not. Cat Connor says, holy shit. That's why I love the NFL, because never ending. And also we got the USFL coming in a couple weeks. So football in the spring is certainly happening again. So football all year round again, ladies and gentlemen. Rick Smith says, are the Devils getting better in this trade deadline? If so, what do they need? I'm glad you asked this question, Rick, because I've talked about it on the podcast, Devil's State of Mind podcast, new episodes every Monday and Thursday covering all things New Jersey Devils. I'm the host of that podcast. Make sure you guys go check out that podcast. Leave subscribe to it, as well as leave a 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify. I'd appreciate it. But he says, yeah, the Devils, as far as the Devils are concerned, they're going to most likely be more buyers than sellers at the deadline because we just don't have a whole lot to sell. PK Subban's contract is just too big to end up being, moved. Jimmy Vesey, maybe moved to a team, who knows? But we're going to be looking to adding top six scoring, maybe a little bit of help on defense, and maybe even a goaltender to just play out the rest of the season to allow our young goaltender, Nico Dawes, to go out and play the rest of the season down in Utica. So I would say top six scoring and goaltending are going to be the two things to watch for when it comes to the Devils at the deadline. They might end up being much more buyers than sellers when it's all said and done, Rick. What's your dad screaming about this time? I love to hear it. They're watching the Michigan State-Wisconsin Big Ten men's basketball game. It's the quarterfinals of the Big Ten tournament. Michigan State currently up 54-47. 6 minutes to go in the second half. This is basketball, by the way. And yeah, it is March. March Madness starting in a couple days. And so we'll see who ends up, we'll see what kind of madness we get this March. As now it's 54-50 Michigan State with Wisconsin knocking down that three. HBF says, I hate Ovi because of the 2017 playoffs. Fair enough. I left my house, but I left the stream running on my computer so Neil could entertain my cat. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm hoping I'm entertaining your cat. Coyotes beating all these teams is crazy. They have no more goals. They have more goals than the Sharks in 4 games, then do the Sharks do in 10 games. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Pretty wild indeed. The Sharks are in the worst position. It's very, very true. Sharks can win enough to make the playoffs, but can't lose enough to build in the draft. They are in purgatory, Will, as we like to say. RJ giving us tomorrow Blues Predators at 12, Flyers Hurricanes 3, Kraken Canadiens 7, Blackhawks Senators 7, Ducks Devils 7, Coyotes versus Bruins at 7. Thank you, RJ. Appreciate it. And also, come on, the last place Montreal Canadiens, well, they were still last place when it started. I don't know if they still are, but I think not. Literally had 5 games, a 5-game winning streak against actual good teams. Again, this is how it works sometimes, guys. This is how it works. It's hockey is just unpredictable in that way. Will says, I like PK Subban. I like PK Subban. Kat says, let's go Michigan Wolverines. No, we don't say that in this household. We do not cheer for Michigan. My dad is a Michigan State alum. So the one thing we do not like is the Michigan Wolverines. Sorry about that, Kat, but not really sorry either. Fagio says, until we beat them 8-4 and destroyed Monty and Andrew Hammond. Oh, what a time when that was, all right? What a game that was. RJ says, Red Wings versus Flames 7, Rangers Stars 8, Kings Sharks 9:30, Lightning versus Oilers at 10. Those are some of the other games. RJ was just giving us the updates on the games that are happening tomorrow. Thank you, RJ. Jets lose the cup to the Devils in the playoffs. LOL, maybe. That's an HBF Mini Stick Hockey League update. Thank you, HBF. Will says, go Michigan State. Thank you so much. Go green, go white. Hopefully they can hold on and win. I'll check again. 56-50 Michigan State, 4:38 to go in the second half. Jacob says, let's go Duke. So Jacob continuing to jump on bandwagons of very well-known teams. Not a shocker. Kat says, did your dad go to Michigan? Is that why he's a big fan? Go Wolverines. No, Kat, he went to Michigan State, not Michigan. He's a big Michigan State fan. He went to Michigan State just after being in high school, and he went there for a little bit. So he's a Michigan State alum. HBF says, Neil, what MSHL game have you watched? I've watched a few, but I haven't watched any recently, HBF, so I can't remember off the top of my head. But I'm going to probably put your channel on notification so I get notified when there's a new game, so I make sure to at least leave a like for you while I'm there. Some of y'all may think I don't know hockey, but I'm ranked 385 out of 53,589. Jacob, I have a friend of mine who's a Devils fan that is ranked in the top 30 in NHL 22. So, you might be pretty good, but my friend's a lot better than that. HBF says, well, no, it was not MSHL for the Jets, and the Devils, that was for the NHL. Oh, yes. The Jets ended up beating the Devils last night 2-1 in their game last night. Kat Connor says, uh-oh. I know. Yep. Sorry, Kat. We are not fans of Michigan in this household. The Knights have a lot of former captains on their team, but they can't win as much as they should and will be in cap hell. If they don't get it done soon, they're going to be in some deep trouble. That's for damn sure. My whole family loves Notre Dame, and I'm the only person that loves Michigan. I don't love either. I hate both of those teams. So be hard to watch games with you and your family. But I respect the fact that you're the only Michigan fan of a household of Notre Dame fans. So that's quite impressive to say the least. I'm talking about NHL 66. No, you were talking about NHL 22, Jacob. I know what you were talking about. What's going on, Eric? Thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us, man. We appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Helps out the channel tremendously. He says, thoughts on Jack Hoff Eichel. He's slowly but surely gotten himself going here with the Vegas Golden Knights. The Knights in general have been struggling. It's definitely a question of, do you start panicking if you're the Vegas Golden Knights? Because again, what happens when Mark Stone comes back? What type of moves are you going to have to make? And you're still not really in a good position to make the playoffs. You're not in a secure position. You very well, if you don't get it going, you very well could end up not being in the playoffs. So I think that's something to definitely keep in mind. And they got to change stuff sooner rather than later. But as far as Jack Eichel, it's slow, but he's getting himself going here, getting back into playing in the NHL and playing with his new team, the Vegas Golden Knights. But then can you give score predicts? I can certainly do that, HBF. Jack Eichel looks like Marv from Home Alone. I could see that. I could actually see that. Cat Connor says, but my older cousin is going to LSU. Very, very cool. Very cool. Hopefully he enjoys himself. Eric says, thoughts on Alex Pietrangelo? I think he made the wrong decision to go to Vegas. I think he should have taken a lesser deal, stayed in St. Louis, and continued to be the captain. But he took the money and ran, and I can understand that in a way. I'm ranked top 100 NHL 22 in shootout online. Very impressive, Jacob. Thoughts on Max Pacioretty? He's probably going to be one of the big guys that ends up being dealt at the deadline, honestly. I could see that. I could honestly see him being one of those guys that gets moved. But he's still a very, very talented player, struggling to stay healthy, but he could certainly still do some damage. Faggio letting us know trade bait list right now. 1 is Jacob Chikrin. 2 is Claude Giroux. 3 is Ben Chirot. 4 is John Klingberg. 5, Josh Manson, Ricard Raquel, Mark Giordano, Jake DeBrusk, and Alexander Georgiev. That is the top 5 potential guys that could get dealt at the trade deadline. Thank you, Faggio. Justin is in the chat. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Faggio, and saying hi. We appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. It helps out the channel tremendously. Hello from Vancouver International Airport. Awesome. Hopefully you're staying safe and doing well. Eric says, go Michigan State. Love the support, man, 100%. Rick says, yep, over the cap with great players. Vegas could be sellers at the deadline. I think that they have to be sellers at the deadline. What do you think of the Lakers? Because LeBron, even though he's the greatest player on the team, he needs to retire. I don't know if he necessarily needs to retire, but big changes need to be made in LA if they want to get back to being a really, really good team. I think it starts with maybe just getting in the play-in round and trying to build some confidence from there. But, LeBron, obviously the pressure that LeBron brings to a team can have an effect like it has, this year. I'm 140-50, very impressive record. So what if the MSHL League, the Lightning win the cup, but who would they play? I'm going to go with the Flames. I'm going to go with the Flames, HBF. Blues offered him a similar contract to Vegas. Talk about Alex Pietrangelo. Some amount of money, but for 8 years. I don't know why he came to Vegas. I think he ended up getting a little bit more term. I believe that was the decision made. I'm not sure. Petro is a great player, but he's having a terrible season. He certainly has been having a really, really bad year. And Torrey Krug is actually doing very well in St. Louis. Right now, it's 2-1 Minnesota over the Columbus Blue Jackets in the second period of that game. Thank you, RJ. I'm stuck trying to get back home to Toronto. Well, I hope you get on the plane sooner rather than later and get home safe and sound, Justin. Vegas and Pittsburgh, the Penguins, are tied at 2 apiece with a couple minutes to go in the second period. Baggio also giving us some more guys that are on the trade list. Colin Miller, Brandon Hagel, Justin Braun, Max Domi, Hampus Lindholm, Brock Besser, Tomas Hertl, Andrew Kopp, Toronto first, and Nick Paul overtime. Nick Paul in OT. But the puck has been dropped, ladies and gentlemen, and we are underway here in the second period of our game between the Winnipeg Jets and the New York Islanders. Both teams got themselves a goal. We'll see who can get the next one. One of my cousins graduated from Ohio State and went to a Ohio State versus Michigan State game. I think it was a great game overall. Ohio State won. That's great, except Ohio State won. But still, that's very, very cool. So your family's been all over the place. Very impressive, Kat. Very impressive. What do you think of Ryan O'Reilly as a captain? Colin Miller scored Vegas' first Cup final goal. He did. James says game on. But as far as Ryan O'Reilly, hey, he's a great captain because not only does he lead example on the ice, he can lead by example off the ice, and he's a guy that has filled in very, very well, since Pietrangelo left, and I think the Blues are very fortunate to have him as their, I guess you'd say, newest captain. JT Miller for Vancouver is that shot there by the Islanders. Stop. Follow-up try there by Josh Bailey, and he scores! Josh Bailey, just a minute 9 into the second period, taps it home, and the Islanders grab the lead back. It's 2-1 on Josh Bailey's fifth goal of the season. But it is a big one as the Islanders regain the lead. JT Miller, Vancouver goes somewhere at the deadline, and what is worth, or are they in a hunt for a playoff spot? Here's the thing, Rick, about JT Miller. They don't have to move him this year because he still has another year on his contract. But if they get a blowaway deal, the Canucks would be dumb not to take it. It just depends on what the Canucks are really asking for and what teams are really, really willing to give up. That's the way I look at it. Can't get home. My flight has been canceled for 3 hours. Jesus, man. You mean delayed? Damn, man. Well, I hope you get on that plane sooner rather than later, man. I really do. My dad went to the U, and I'm at Michigan State. That's awesome, Will. Awesome. I'm sure you're also watching the Michigan State basketball game right now. Is that shot by Anders Lee is stick to side by Hellebuck? Who do you think Vegas Golden Knights will get in the trade deadline? Nobody, because they'll end up having to sell more than really buy anybody. He has a shot there by Anders Lee, and he tips it in. Anders Lee, less than a minute after Josh Bailey gave the Islanders the lead back, Anders Lee just whacking at it on the side of the net, and the captain for the Islanders scores his 20th of the season. And the Islanders, with 2 quick goals in less than 2 minutes to start this second period, they have now doubled the lead. It's now 3-1. As Bailey got the puck, Hellebuck was down on his side, and Anders Lee just roofed it top shelf and scores to give the Islanders a 2-goal lead here. As Flash Score will eventually update itself. Hopefully it does. But Kat's saying 2-1. Yes. Rainey's saying Corey Schneider. He's currently down in the minors with the Islanders. Some funny things on the list. Toronto first rounder. Why are you trying to sell your first when you're just going to lose in the first round again? Because that first round pick is still not going to be that valuable. 2 goals in 40 seconds for the Islanders as they now have a 3-1 lead. Oh, Josh Bailey. There you go. Is that shot there by the Islanders? This time is stopped and covered by Hellebuck. Petro was a good captain, but I'm glad we have Krug and O'Reilly as our captain and Sammy Blade for Pavel Buchnevich. Pretty good. Oh, and Seattle's cap space too. WTF, they want cap dumps. Really? Yep. Well, they also want to get draft capital to rebuild. So that's kind of the way I look at it. Anders Lee, with his 4th goal in his last 2 games, as he had a hat trick last night, his first career hat trick. So the captain, 2 nights ago, started with 16 goals, and now he's up to 20. Well, fuck, Bailey scored. No, please do not trade JT Miller. My team needs a run. Trade Besser, whatever his name is. Cad says 3-1, 3-1 Islanders. We got our beat our rivals, Wisconsin, no doubt. Cad is pumped up. Snowing like crazy in Toronto, I heard. Wisconsin is a bad state. I can agree with that to an extent. I like Krug because he went to my college. He did go to Michigan State, and I like his style of play. Very, very solid defenseman and certainly thriving in the Blues system. Fagio says, please save it. Thank God. I thought they were going to score because of our ass team. No, Fagio, they did score as it's now 3-1 Islanders here as they scored 2 goals in the span of 40 seconds here to start this second period. And yes, Anders Lee's goal that made it 3-1, that's his 20th of the season. Good point about JT Miller, thanks. No worries, Rick. No worries at all. Who will get Ben Sherratt? Honestly, I think it might be like maybe Toronto. I think I actually would make a deal and get Ben Sherratt to help out on the defensive side. I wouldn't be surprised if that's, maybe Tampa if they have the assets. I don't know. But I would probably put my money on Toronto. Krug is a great defenseman. He certainly has been. No question about that. Kat says, so far this is a great Friday night. It certainly is if you're an Islanders fan. 16-17 to go in the second. Josh Bailey and Anders Lee with goals 40 seconds apart have given the Islanders a 3-1 lead here against the Winnipeg Jets. Fadja said, I said that after Lee scored. Also, fuck this ass team. What the hell? Come on, guys. Fuck myself. I'm pissed off, Fadja, because how come the Devils couldn't do this last night to your Jets team? No offense, but, I got to cheer for my team. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy how the Islanders, who have now scored, 9 goals in not even 5 periods of play in their last 2 games. They've certainly gotten their scoring going of late. Connor Hellebuck has actually led the NHL in saves on each of the last 4 seasons. 2018-19, 19-20, 2021, and then 21-22. He plays more than any goaltender I've seen in the NHL, and it's amazing that he is as consistent as he is. It's really remarkable. He's one of the best goaltenders in the league. Jacob says, if Ovi was to get traded today, what would they need him and why? No. Like, they need so much, it would be ridiculous. Kat says the Jets are ass. All right. Fadji is not going to be happy to hear that, but he may agree. As a shot there by the Islanders gets deflected and out of play on a shot by Anthony Beauvillier, who was in the slot. 15:40 to go here in the second period. 3-1 Islanders right now is our score against the Jets. What is going on, Eli? Thank you so much for the comment, man. Leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe. It helps out the channel tremendously. He says, just send him back on a boat. I think talking about Alex Ovechkin. Fair enough. So far, this is the fucking worst ever Friday night in my life ever. I mean, if it is, it can't be that bad, right? Josh Bailey's goal, 109 into the period, assisted by Pajot and Barzal. Anders Lee's goal, minute 49 in, assisted by Brock Nelson and Anthony Beauvillier. So Nelson and Beauvillier each have themselves 2 points on the night. Ovi will stay in Washington. That is true. Rick says, I wish Leafs got Ben Sherratt is not worth a first pick. Montreal are asking. Yeah, I can't see anybody giving up a first for Ben Sherratt. I really can't. I think Montreal is just going to try to get the best deal they can and go from there. Yeah, they shouldn't trade me. Fair enough, JT Miller. Fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Fadja's telling Kat to shut up. You'll love it. Leafs getting first rounded again. Probably. They're probably going to get bounced in the first round again. It just depends on who they end up playing this year. Be fun if it was another Canadian team. What's the score of the basketball game between Michigan State and Wisconsin? I will let you know in a second here as the Islanders keep it in the zone. It is currently 63-58, Michigan State, 30 seconds to go in the second half, Kat. East way to trigger Leafs fans to say 1967. That is true. Justin says, is that a picture of Cole Perfetti? Fagio has kept the same Cole Perfetti picture for a long time. He is the biggest Cole Perfetti supporter I know. 100% he loves that kid. So the Jets take a shot from the left side, goes wide. Just 6 minutes into the second period here. Zizekas tried to deke past the defender. Gets broken up there. Zizekas keeps it in. Chara gets it over to Clutterbuck. Over to defensive pairing. Takes a shot, and that one just goes wide. Zdeno Chara with a try. That one's deflected just wide of the net as well. As the Islanders continuing to put the pressure on here in this second period. They've already gotten 2 goals, and we're not even 6.5 minutes in, and they're looking for more here. Now just dump it into the zone. Hellebuck almost tried to play that. Could have potentially been a turnover. And now Scheifele comes the other way for the Jets. Gets it over to Blake Wheeler, who chips it in. Scheifele tries to get there first, but Pelech just fires it around the boards. Jets intercepted, though. Stastny intercepted by Palmieri, and now Bailey comes the other way. Josh Bailey with it. He'll dump it into the zone. Bailey stays on sides. Hellebuck plays it behind the net, and now the Jets will look to slowly get out of the zone, and they do. Will says 63 to 58 good guys, talking about Michigan State. Kat says, all I have to say is the New York Islanders won 4 Stanley Cups in 4 years. That's all I got to say. Yeah, but that was a long time ago, Kat. Long time. They were a dynasty, but a long time ago. As that shot by the Islanders is stopped by Hellebuck, and he's able to clear just before an Islander player could get there on the rebound. I went to a Saginaw Spirits game against the Erie Otters, and I saw Cole Perfetti. That is very, very cool, Justin. Very cool indeed. Kat Connors, is that a dynasty? That is certainly that was a dynasty back in the late 70s, early 80s. No doubt about that. Then we had a dynasty right after that with the Edmonton Oilers. And Gretzky has always said the Oilers taught them how to win. They were the biggest reason they learned how to win hockey games. As now Andy Green has it, fires it off the boards, intercepted for a second there by the Jets. 12 minutes to go here in the second period, and now the Islanders look to come the other way, drops it off. Here comes Anders Lee. Lee staying on sides, gets it over to Beauvillier. Beauvillier tried to get it back top of the point to Anders Lee, blocked off by the Jets, and then the Jets backhanded out of the zone. And now Adam Pelech will get there for the Islanders, and Pajot now will settle it. And then that pass by the Islanders is deflected out of play. And so we'll get a stoppage in play here. 11:41 to go in the second period. The Islanders, on goals by Josh Bailey and Anders Lee, have retaken and doubled their lead, with it now being 3-1 here against the Winnipeg Jets. And we'll step aside for a moment to get another great word from our sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook. So again, a big shout out to our sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. When you sign up for DraftKings, make sure to use our promo code, which you can see in the bottom right corner, THPN, and tell them Neil Villapiano sent you. So if you're just joining us here, welcome to this live watch along of tonight's game between the Winnipeg Jets and the New York Islanders. My name is Neil Villapiano. I'm the host of the Devil's State of Mind podcast here on the Hockey Podcast Network, which covers the New Jersey Devils. I also am one of the guys that covers almost basically every single team, especially here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel, where we do live watch-alongs of every team in the NHL. Make sure, guys, to leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe. It helps out the channel tremendously. As we have 11:41 to go here in the second period, the Islanders, with 2 goals within the first 2 minutes of this period on goals by Josh Bailey and Anders Lee, have now taken a 3-1 lead here against the Jets. Shots are currently 19-7 in favor of the Islanders. Rick says the Leafs will have to play Tampa or Florida. Either way, it will be easy. I don't know if it'll be easy. It's going to be tough if their first round matchup is against a red-hot Florida Panthers team or the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning. That would be one hell of a first-round matchup either way. Justin says 2-1 Wild over the Blues, end of 2, and 2-2 Vegas and the Pens after 2. Thank you for that, Justin. Will says that was a good Islanders team, 4 cups in 4 years. That's pretty crazy. It is pretty crazy indeed. Will says, I wonder which cup felt the best to win. I'd probably say it's the first. That would be my guess. I think that the first one is always the most special because it's the first time you've ever done it. Everything's new. So I would probably say the first is the most special. Islanders and Oilers, the modern dynasties from a while ago. Then they went from dynasty to dynasty. Islanders won 4 in a row, and then the Oilers won 4 in a row, and then they won five in 6 years, which is remarkable. Rick says, "Yep, see them cups, Trottier, Best, Bossy, Leach, great teams. Yeah, they were great teams back in the day. Just Mike's. They had it all, man. They had scoring, they had defense, they had great coaching, they had it all, and they were able to have one of the best dynasties we've seen in NHL history." Kat says, "Baseball is back. I am so excited. Go Mets." Yeah, we did get word that Major League Baseball and the MLB Players Association have tentatively agreed on a deal. So baseball is indeed going to be coming back, going to happen this year. And I'm looking forward to it as well, to just see some baseball and have things to look forward to watching in the summertime, 100%. So RJ giving us some score updates. Minnesota is beating Columbus 2-1 after 2. Vegas after 2 or after 1? After 2. They're up. Vegas and Pittsburgh tied at 2 after 2. Capitals take on the Canucks at 10 p.m. Eastern. So that should be a good one as well. Jacob says, "I hit 714 followers on TikTok. Let's go." Very impressive, Jacob. If you could get some of those followers to come like and subscribe to the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel, we'd appreciate that 100%. As now Blake Wheeler with a shot that gets blocked by Andy Green. Wheeler trying to set something up here with the team in the offensive zone. Palmieri gets it over, and now Palmieri loses it for a second, and now Brandon Dillon takes it for the Jets. 9:35 to go in the second period. Islanders still with a 3-1 lead as Kyle Connor with a shot. That one is stopped by the leg pad of Varlamov, and then Andy Green gets run over by Brendan Dillon. No penalty called. Jets trying to keep it in the zone now. Kyle Connor, only goal so far for the Jets in this one. Gets it over to Svechnikov. Top of the point now. One-time shot there by the Jets. That one is stopped. Scramble in front of the crease. Connor just missed it on the rebound, but he gets it back. Kyle Connor now just wraps it around the boards. Mayfield gets there first for the Islanders. Gets pinned along, intercepted by the Jets. Svechnikov tried to deep pass the defender, and the Islanders are able to finally get it out and clear it back into the Jets zone. Kat says, "I have actually no idea. I just love the team that my family does." Hey, that's how it works with a lot of us kids when we grow up. We end up liking the teams that our family likes. That shot by the Jets is stopped by Varlamov, and now the Islanders intercept it and will clear it out of the zone. Jacob says, "Already did." Appreciate it, Jacob. Appreciate you, boy. Has now tried to feed it in front there. Islanders trying to get it, and eventually Hellebuck's able to get to it and cover. And so we'll get a face-off here with 8:24 remaining in the second period. Islanders still up here by 2 as they lead it 3-1 here against the Winnipeg Jets. What is going on, Beast Ninja? Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. While you're here, my friend, leave a like on the stream as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. It helps out the channel tremendously. He says, "I'm from upstate New York. My teams are the Giants, the Knicks, Rangers, Yankees, because those are my parents' teams." Makes a lot of sense, Beast Ninja. Makes a lot of sense indeed. And love that you're supporting so many different sports, man. That is awesome. Kat says, "Where the hell is a penalty?" Yeah, I know. We've only had one penalty in this game so far. The Islanders got the power play and they scored on it. Other than that, it's been I guess you'd say, a relatively clean game. TT is Jacob. TikTok is Jacob Day _ Mark Stone. So if you guys want to go follow Jacob on TikTok, you can go do that. Kat says, "On your Instagram, are you going to post about March Madness on your stories and put it on your highlights?" Probably, Kat. Probably, especially about the teams that I'll cheer for. I probably will. So stay tuned for that. Again, you guys can follow me on Instagram at NVPQB11. That is my personal Instagram. Will Miller says, "Go Nets." Yes, I am also a Nets fan. Also, guys, I should mention this. I don't know if I have, but I'll mention it anyway. I am now the host of the Bridge to the Nets podcast on the Basketball Podcast Network, which covers the Brooklyn Nets. We've already had our first 2 episodes out, new episodes every Friday, wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm the host of, we cover all things Brooklyn Nets. So make sure you guys go subscribe to that as well. I'd appreciate that 100%. Again, new episodes covering the Brooklyn Nets every single Friday. Bridge to the Nets podcast. Will says, go Rams, Blues, Nets, 11-time champ, Cardinals are my teams. A little bit all over the place, Will, but I like it, man. I like it a lot. Jacob says, follow me for God tier useless posts. All right, so there you go. RJ giving us a baseball update. MLB lockout news. League cancels more games after talks stall. April 14, now early as possible, opening day. But we are, again, the MLB and MLB Players Association tentatively agreed on a deal, so it just needs to be ratified, and then baseball will officially be back. Will says, my dad worked for the New Jersey Nets and then their first few years in Brooklyn. Very cool. Very cool, Will. What did he do while working for the Nets? Let me know. Rick says, nice, putting to work, clapping for you, man. You got it, man. Thank you so much, Rick. I appreciate that support, man. I really, really do. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy the podcast, and I really appreciate the support 100%. Thank you so much, man. Really, really appreciate it. 7:55 to go here in the second period of our game between the Winnipeg Jets and New York Islanders. Right now, Islanders up 3-1. As that shot there by DeMello comes out in front. Cobb gets it, feeds it over to a wide open Jets player, and he couldn't bury it. Oh my goodness. He had nothing but a wide open net. I don't know if Varlamov got there in time or the shot went wide. That was unbelievable that the Jets did not score. That would have cut the deficit to 1, but they could not cash in. And the Jets are still trailing here 3-1. They got to show a replay when they get the chance because I can't believe the Jets did not score there. As Morrissey being pinned along the boards behind his net. DeMello gets it now. Zizekas with the good pressure. The Islanders have their 4th line on right now. Islanders keeping it in, no. Nikolai Ehlers now settles it for the Jets. Morrissey again being pinned by Casey Zizekas, being hounded by 2 Islanders players. But now the Jets are able to flip it out. So now Zdeno Chara with the puck gets it over to his offensive partner, and Islanders looking to come the other way. 6:45 to go. Noah Dobson loses his footing, and now Mark Scheifele will take it away. And now the Jets will look to come the other way. Gets it to Scheifele with speed. Scheifele comes in with a wrist shot, and that one's deflected high of the net. As now here comes Matt Barzal, gets it over to Kiefer Bellows, back to Barzal, but that one deflects out of play. And so we'll get a face-off here with 6:21 to go in the second period. Islanders still up here 3-1. They'll show that replay now of that opportunity for the Jets. Kopp fed it over, and oh my goodness, what a stick diving save there. Was it Adam Pelech? It was. Actually, no. Adam Pelech, he dove, the shot hit the far post, and then it hit Pelech sticking out. So that is how the Jets did not score in that opportunity. Kat Connor says, are you going to root for the USFL New Jersey team? Because I'm going to root for the New Orleans Breakers. Yeah, I will be rooting for the New Jersey Generals in the USFL. My dad was a trainer for the Nets. It's very cool, Will. Very cool. What a save. I guess it was more of what a save by the post, Kat, really, than anything else. MLB lockout ends, as I mentioned before. Baseball is indeed back. Rick says, be right back. Drank my rum and coke. No worries, man. We'll see you in a bit. Michigan State ended up winning 69-63 to move to the semifinals of the Big Ten tournament in men's college basketball. Thank you, Kat. Will says, sorry, Rick. What's going on, Z? You're saying hi. Thank you so much for coming on and saying hi. We appreciate it. Z, while you're here, my friend, leave a like on the stream as well. Subscribe. And let me know when you subscribe so I can shout you out here on the stream. My dad is in the chat, Papa Villapiano, with just one word, state. As the Michigan State alum is happy that the men in green and white got themselves the victory, although it was very tough at the end there. Will says, Matt Barzal, absolutely. Fadja says, do you have a Twitter? I do have a Twitter. I'll post it in the chat right now. So this is my personal Twitter, guys, that you can follow at THENVPSHOW. I'd appreciate all the follows. Appreciate it 100%. Is that shot by the Islanders is stopped and covered by Connor Hellebuyck. Face off here, 4:52 to go in the second period. Still 3-1 Islanders. Let's see here. So yeah, this is my Twitter. Hopefully that answers your question, Fagio. Kat says, no problems. Everybody, welcome the newest subscriber to the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel, Z. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate it. Also, make sure to leave a like as well. Also appreciate that 100%. But shout out to Z, the newest subscriber of the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Will says, the real deal, Neil. Thank you so much for saying that, Will. I appreciate it. Late tonight, I'll be watching USC versus UCLA. That should be a good one. Z says, if the Islanders win, you have to drink wine. Well, I'm drinking wine, Z, regardless. So I'm going to be drinking it anyway. Will says, Neil is the best person at THPN. Well, thank you for the comment, Will. I appreciate it. But there are also other great hosts that do these live watch-alongs as well. We're all just one big happy family, and we appreciate all of your guys' support 100%. Wait, you have a mom and dad that has a YouTube account, actually use it, and knows how to use it? Best family ever. Yeah. We've taught, my brother and I have taught them well, and they've learned over time. So, they definitely try to support and be active as much as they can. No offense to anyone else at THPN. No offense at all. Oh, here we go. Bar Down Breakdown, one of the podcasts here on the Hockey Podcast Network. It not only covers the New York Islanders and hockey in general, but also rock and roll music. If you are a hockey fan and you are a rock and roll music fan, Bar Down Breakdown is a great podcast to listen to. They have musical artists who love hockey and love music that come on every single week there on their podcast. So make sure you guys go subscribe to Bar Down Breakdown. They also have their own YouTube channel where they do live streams of their episodes. So make sure you guys go subscribe to them there on the podcast as well as on YouTube. I'd appreciate that, and they would appreciate that 100%. Will says, thanks for subscribing, Zion. Thank you so much, Zion. Really appreciate it. If you can go ask your dad on what his thoughts on that game was. I can ask him when I get an opportunity on a break. I'll let you know. Did you see that play by the Red Wings goalie? He put the puck in his own net. Yeah, Alex Nedeljkovic somehow, that was one of the weirdest, putting the puck in your own net. I don't know what he was thinking on that play, Zion, but it was just such a fluky goal. That's the word I was looking for. It was such a fluky goal. No, 100%. Does anyone listen to the Islanders Never Say Die podcast? Yeah, I do. And a bunch of us do here on the pod. They also cover the New York Islanders. They're an Islanders podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network. Islanders Never Say Die podcast as well. Go subscribe to them. Bardown says, Neil, you brought a tear to my eye. Hey, man, I love your guy. I love what you guys do. Appreciate it. If you ever need a guest on your show, let me know. I'd be more than happy to come on and chat some hockey and music with you guys. And really appreciate your guys' support and love supporting you guys as well as another podcast here, from one podcast to another here on the network. Rick says, sounds good, mate. I could use some SRV right now. LOL. No worries. Will says, LOL, Red Wings goal. Yeah, that was a weird goal. It's now a potential 2-on-1 for the Jets. Connor over to Ehlers with a shot, and he shot it over the net. Oh, Nikolai Ehlers with an opportunity, and he couldn't cash in. So the Jets have had not one but two golden chances in this period to at least get one back, but have not scored as we get an offsides here against the Jets with 3:45 to go in the second period. Islanders, with the only two goals of the second period, still leading it here 3-1. Ehlers, he beat Varlamov, but he just shot it a little too high of the net. Actually, he shot it really high over the net. Not even a little bit. Now he just completely missed the net there. So here we go. As if you're the Jets, you got to find a way to get the next goal. If you can cut the deficit to at least one going into the third and grab that momentum late in the period, that would be the best case scenario right now. As a one-time shot there by Ehlers is stopped by Varlamov. Islanders trying to get to it. Barzal slowly chips it around the boards. Jets doing a good job on the forecheck to keep it in. As Cobb tried to feed it in front, it's right on the blue crease there, but the Jets couldn't tap it in. And Ehlers with another shot that goes right into the breadbasket of Varlamov. They don't cover. So we get a face-off here. 3:17 now to go in the second period here. Islanders still up 3-1. Kat says the Islanders need to win versus the Ducks on Sunday night at 7:30. For the Ducks, that'll be the second of a back-to-back. Kat, as the Devils will play the Ducks tomorrow night. So again, the Islanders will be catching a team on a back-to-back, and hopefully they can have success like they're having tonight and get themselves some goals. The Islanders will be off tomorrow and then play. So that's 3 games in 4 nights for the Islanders. And like I said, because of so many games being postponed earlier in the year because of COVID, there's a lot of games here in March and even in early April that are just going to be coming in waves. Jacob says it is now 3-2 Penguins over the Golden Knights in the third period. Sorry about that, Jacob, but appreciate the update. As we're getting just our second penalty of the game, it's going to be against Blake Wheeler of the Jets. 2 minutes for holding, so with 3:02 to go in the second, and the Islanders, already up by 2 goals here in the second, have a chance to score their second power play of the game and potentially go up by 3. So this is a big moment in the game for both teams. Kat says, you should take a trip to UBS Arena. I've heard some really good things about it. I do probably plan on going. I would love to if the Devils are playing the Islanders one more time at that arena. I may end up trying to go. My good friend Kim Moisa, Isles Girl 3, who a lot of you know on social media and also on YouTube, she and I are very, very good friends. She's obviously my favorite New York Islanders fan. We talk a lot about hockey and things like that. I know she would be absolutely thrilled to see me come to a game. She's been to a couple games at the Prudential Center where the Devils play, certainly when the Islanders play the Devils. But yeah, I definitely would love to go and check out that arena. And it's pretty convenient. For me, it would be, I would have to take 2 different trains to get there. I'd have to take a train from New Jersey to New York and then the Long Island Railroad to Belmont, which isn't really that hard. So, I mean, it's pretty, it's better than what it used to be when you had to go to the Nassau Coliseum and you had to take a train and then take a bus or a cab to get to the Nassau Coliseum. So it's a little bit more convenient than in the past, that's for sure, Kat. But I will definitely try to make a trip out there in the near future. Rick says, Pens just scored. No offense, had to listen to Pride and Joy SRV. Now just is volume down for a song dancing. LOL. No worries, Rick. Love the multitasking, man. 2:26 to go here in the second period. 1:24 to go on the Islanders power play. Islanders still up 3-1. Both goals came about 2 minutes into, less than 2 minutes actually, into this second period on goals by Josh Bailey and Anders Lee. So Brock Nelson, Josh Bailey, and Anders Lee are the goal scorers so far tonight for the men in blue and orange. As now the Islanders look to, settle it down and look to try to set something up here as they're in their own zone. Here comes Matt Barzal, first game back after being injured the last 6. He tips it off, and that actually goes back out to center ice. Islanders again control. Zach Parise gets it over to Pulock. I believe that's Pulock. And he dumps it into the zone. Wraps it around the boards. Hellbuck gets it, feeds it over to Nate Schmidt, who will just slap it back into the Islanders zone. 1:40 to go in the second. 36 seconds to go here on the Islanders power play. Pulock fires it over to Josh Bailey. Now here comes Barzal with speed at center ice. Gets it to Josh Bailey. Bailey over to Zach Parise. Zach Parise holds and loses it behind the net. And now 64 wraps around for the Jets. And it goes all the way back down behind the Islanders net. 1:18 to go in the second. 15 seconds to go here on the Islanders power play. One last chance here for the Islanders here on this power play. If they hurry, doesn't look appear they are, as Pelech will fire it into the Jets zone. Islanders try to get there first. They cannot. That'll do it for the Islanders power play. And now the Jets look to come the other way. Kyle Connor coming in, stops, backhands it around the boards. So good job there for the Jets to kill off the penalty and not give up a goal, but they're still trailing here 3-1 with 48 seconds to go in the second. Brendan Dillon with a slap shot, and that one gets blocked aside. Scheifele tried to get there first, but Pelech knocks it away. Neil Pionk now with the puck. Scheifele on the left side, left faceoff circle, top of the point, gets it over to Dubois, now to Pionk. Pionk with a shot. That one is gloved away by Varlamov. Islanders trying to get out of the zone. They'll slowly but surely chip it out. 20 seconds to go here in the second period. Jets fire back down. Will it be an icing? It will indeed. So we'll get at least one more face-off here before the end of the second. Islanders still up 3-1 with 16.1 to go here in this second period. Do you like the PGA Tour golf? Kat, I'm not the biggest fan of golf. The only golf tournament I ever watch, because it's my favorite, because of the green jacket and all that, is the Masters. I don't know when the Masters is starting. I don't know if it happened already, actually. That's how much I know about golf. But yeah, I'm not the biggest golf fan, to be very honest with you, but I try to watch it from time to time. 10 seconds to go here in the second period. Islanders in the offensive zone, maybe for one last chance here, but the Jets intercepted, fired back out to center ice. 3 seconds, 2-1, and that will do it for the second period of play here in this one, as the Islanders, less than 2 minutes into this second period, got not one but 2 goals from Josh Bailey and Anders Lee. And as a result, they were able to double their lead. So after 40 minutes of play, the New York Islanders lead it 3-1 over the Jets. So do the Jets have a comeback in them, or are the Islanders going to get themselves back-to-back victories and get their weekend off on the right foot? As Kat says, what a great game so far. It has been a great game. If you're an Islanders fan, that is for sure. But if you're a Jets fan like Baggio, you're hoping the Jets can turn it around in the third period and find a way to get a win. But we will see what happens there. But before we continue, ladies and gentlemen, let us get another word from our wonderful sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook.
All right, team, time to bet NFL games. Confidence.
I'm feeling a parlay with more legs than a spider.
So 9 legs?
Roll the dice, baby.
Indecision?
We picked one home favorite. I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Boring! 6-leg parlay, 2 home dogs, all hitting the over. Boom!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and feel the NFL action like never before.
So again, a big shout out to our sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. When you sign up for DraftKings, make sure to use our promo code when you sign up, as you can see in the bottom right corner, THPN. So if you're just joining us here, welcome to the second intermission report of our game, our live watch along of the Winnipeg Jets and the New York Islanders. The Islanders, on goals by Josh Bailey and Anders Lee, ended up giving the Islanders a 3-1 lead early, not even 2 minutes into the second period, and that's where we are after 40 minutes of play. So we will see if the Islanders can lock it down and get themselves the win, or can the Jets come from behind and win this one, as they'll look to try to win their third in a row, while the Islanders will look to try to win their second game in a row as well. Both of these teams are playing on back-to-back nights. And I know Kat will probably say this because she is an Islanders fan, but I know that of all the players that the Islanders have, the guy who I think is the most beloved out of all of them is probably Josh Bailey. And that's because of just the fact that Josh Bailey is a guy who's been with the Islanders for a long time, always been a hard worker, always has, he's scored some big goals in his career and has really worked hard to earn the respect, not only from the Islanders, but from around the NHL. And he has certainly had a rough year coming into this game with just 4 goals all year long, but he gets himself a goal tonight to give the Islanders the lead. He currently has the game-winning goal. And I know some Islanders fans I've seen on social media have been frustrated with Josh Bailey, especially when he's playing a top 6 role and not producing the way that he should. But at the end of the day, Josh Bailey is still a very beloved player in the New York Islanders organization. And, he right now, he's got himself the game-winning, the go-ahead goal that gave the Islanders the 2-1 lead. And like I said before, Anders Lee ended up adding himself a goal 40 seconds later. So that's the kind of way that I look at it. I love Josh Bailey. I know that they sing this. They sing, you go, hey, Josh Bailey. I know that they do that all the time when he scores. So I think it's great that he's beloved that much by the Islanders. I think that's really cool in my opinion. As Kat says, as passionate fans, we do love him, and also he has a whole song dedicated to him when he scores a goal, so we definitely love him. I think that's one of the cool things about the New York Islanders fan base is that they have so many different creative ways to show support for their team. And you think about this, right? You think about this. There are 3 teams in New York, right? 2 in New York City, 1 in upstate New York with the Buffalo Sabres. But you got the Rangers. The Rangers have always been glitz, glamour, Showtime, Broadway, all that stuff, right? The suit and tie, stuffy nose, rich type fan base. That's really what it's been for a long time. With the Islanders represent way more of the working class, the regular, let's call it regular Americans, so to speak. The guys that work the 9-to-5s and work 5 days a week, and just try to support their families day in and day out. And that's really what the Islanders organization tries to do. When they play, they work hard, they do the best that they possibly can, and that's what they try to do. And I think that that's really phenomenal. And Islander fans have loved them since the start. I remember watching and learning about the Islanders when they first came into the league as an expansion team. They were called the hapless New York Islanders. They were very bad, but you think about what they were able to do, building one of the best dynasties in hockey history. And I know, and he was in the chat before, my old man, Papa Villapiano, he hates the Islanders more than he hates the Rangers as a Devils fan. And that's mainly because he was very angry at watching the Islanders constantly beat up on the Devils way back in the day when they were when the Islanders were winning those cups. But you got to give credit where credit is due. The Islanders have developed some great players over the years. I mean, Potvin, Bossy, Trottier, Smith, Billy Smith, guys like that. It's just phenomenal that they were able to, have so many guys that they drafted, developed, and really played well. And Butch Goring, who now is beloved, he didn't originally start with the Islanders, but when he came here, he helped teach this team how to win, and eventually they were able to win 4 Stanley Cups in a row, and play in 5 in a row, which is absolutely phenomenal. And I think when you look at the last 7-8 years, starting like maybe 2014, 2015, the Islanders started to get good again. They started to compete in the playoffs. They started to do things like that. And I think that you see the fan base. And the most special thing about the New York Islanders fan base, or at least what it was, because obviously they don't play there anymore, is the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Because it was, for a long time, the smallest arena in the National Hockey League. But it was one of the most intimidating places. You could feel the whole stadium rocking. Everybody was right on top of you. It was that impressive. And it was one of the hardest places to play, especially in the playoffs. And that was what was so exciting about the Islanders getting back into the playoffs last year with the fans being back is that you saw that passion, you saw that enthusiasm, you saw how great it was. And I think that that was what made it so wonderful. And I learned to really respect Islander fans and really come to appreciate their passion, their loyalty, their enthusiasm, their wanting to see the Islanders be good. And I think that that's what is great about it. So I respect the Islanders and their fan base 100%. And when they go on the road, especially when I've seen them at Devils games, they come in waves, man. It's really impressive. I'm very, very impressed overall by the New York Islanders fan base. Passionate. They love their team. You know, they're out there on the island and they love each other. Every single one of them. They love each other very much. They love their team. It's phenomenal. And, I'm sure that the Islanders are going to continue to try to do everything possible to get this team to eventually win a Stanley Cup, which I think would be wonderful for the fans of Long Island because they represent Long Island. They represent the working class fans. All right. That's what they represent. And I think it would be great for those that fan base to get a cup because I think they deserve it. Danelle says, as for the 3 local hockey teams in the tri-state area, and hockey doesn't get that much talk, but do you think the Rangers, Islanders, and Devils have good fan bases? I think they all have good fan bases in their own different ways. I just went on for the last 5-6 minutes about the Islanders. The Rangers have had a fan base that goes on for generation to generation that not only live in New York, but also in New Jersey, in Connecticut. They have a very, very passionate fan base for one of the most well-known original 6 franchises playing in the biggest media market in the world. And you saw way back, if you were alive, you saw in 94 how big it was for the Rangers to finally break that curse. You know, no more 1940, win the Stanley Cup and bring it back to New York City. I think it was just that big for them, and they're still passionate to this day. And all they want is to just see their team win a Stanley Cup again. And then as far as the Devils are concerned, the Devils are like the Islanders. The Devils may have what some people consider to be a small fan base, playing in the same media as the New York Rangers, as the New York Islanders. It can be tough. It can be very, very tough to, generate fans, especially when you feel like the ownership isn't doing a good job of promoting the team because they are New Jersey. But I think our whole fan base takes pride in the fact that it is the New Jersey Devils playing in the old Meadowlands, the old Continental Airlines arena, winning those Stanley Cups, having some of the greatest players to ever play in the NHL, having the greatest goaltender to ever play the position, played for 20 plus years in New Jersey. Being the only team in New Jersey that bears the state's name. We take a lot of pride in that. And the fans that are there, game in and game out, are the ones that, at the end of the day, we just want to see this team win again. We just want to see this team be respected because, and it was mentioned before in this chat earlier in the evening when we were talking about dynasties, the New Jersey Devils, when they were winning cups in the late 90s, early 2000s to now, they were one of the most respected franchises in the NHL. When Lou Lamoriello, who now works for the Islanders, was the GM of the Devils for as long as he was, he put the Devils on the map. He made the NHL fear and respect the Devils a whole hell of a lot. And that's what we want to see at the end of the day. We want the Devils to be respected again. And hopefully with the way things are going right now and starting to improve, that we're getting into that we're getting to that point. So I think, to answer your question wholeheartedly, Danelle, I think every team has good fan bases in one way or another. Let me just grab some water here and catch my breath. Whew. Kat says, the Islanders organization in my eyes is just outstanding. They care about the families. They care about the people. Where, yes, there is some rumors where the Rangers are upscale people. We are just one. Yeah, and look, the Islanders players, they live in the community. They always are out and about. They interact with fans. That's how much the fan base adores these players and builds that connection. That's what makes their fan base great. One happy giant Islander family. 100%, Kat. Nell says, I will say the top teams here, Yankees, Giants, Rangers, and Knicks, have good fan bases, but second teams, Mets, Jets, Islanders, Devils, Nets, don't you think they have the good fan bases? As I just said before, Danelle, and I'll say it again, every sports team in the world has good fan bases to an extent. Because at the end of the day, every fan base has fans that go over the top, take it too seriously, and can end up making it really unpleasant for other people. But at the end of the day, every single fan base has passionate fans who care just about winning and also just wanting to be part of something that is special. So yes, every single fan base in the New York metropolitan area and in sports in general just has good fans 100%. That's my full-on opinion about fan bases in sports. What's going on, Newmander? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well this Friday evening. While you're here, my friend, make sure to leave a like on the stream and subscribe if you haven't already. I think you already are, but if you haven't, please do so. It helps out the channel tremendously. Islanders won 6-0 last night. They did. And with the 3 goals they've added so far through 40 minutes, they have outscored their opponents 9-1 in the last 5 periods. Very, very impressive indeed. James says, what they have a good, even better with the Canadian goaltender, Martin. Yeah, that's very, very true. That's very, very true, James. Kat says, the Philadelphia Flyers, from a Giants fan perspective, are trashy. They throw beer at you. They have reputation that we do not like. Yeah, I talked about this when I was talking about the Nets. The problem with Philly sports fans is that they really take it way over the top. I'm sure that there are Philly fans that are not like that, but there are plenty of Philly fans that take it way over the top. They were very they did everything they possibly could to Ben Simmons last night when he was on the Nets bench last night in his return to Philly. Eagles fans have thrown snowballs at Santa Claus. Flyers fans have thrown bracelets on the ice that were honoring their owner who had just passed away. They were throwing them on the ice because the Flyers were playing like crap, showing how much they respected their owner. It's not great, but again, they do have good fans. It's just with so many bad fans, it's hard sometimes to see the good fans, if you know what I mean. Newmander says, New York City hockey is crazy. Not enough ice zones to practice, no space. It is a little bit crazy, at least from the Devils' perspective. They're kind of away from it all, so they got their own stuff to worry about. Islanders got their own area, even though I think they practice in Westchester, New York, which is kind of interesting, or Westfield. Islanders practice, I think, not too far from Belmont. And the Sabres, I think, practice across the street or somewhere close to Niagara One Arena. Kat says, I meant Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, no, I know what you meant, Kat, so don't worry about it. But yeah, those fans can be interesting. I hate Philly and Boston fans. Both fans from both cities are horrible. They can be, and they can be also a little bit, let's call it racist, as well, as we've seen in the past. So, yeah, like I said, look, every fan base has those bad fans. Some fan bases have more of those than you would like. And it's just unfortunately part of it. But it also kind of shows, again, how people really feel about themselves and what they really believe in when they start doing stuff like that involving in sports. But I will say this, though. There are bad fan bases, there are, some bad fans in some fan bases, as I've just pointed out. But again, there are good fans in fan bases, and there are passionate fan bases all over the world in sports. Jacob says, oh my fucking God, 4-2 Pens. What the fuck are we doing? As now the Penguins have regained the 2-goal lead. We are just about ready, ladies and gentlemen, to begin the third period of our game. Islanders right now with a 3-1 lead over the Jets. So we'll see if the Islanders can lock it down and win, or can the Jets make a comeback here? Why are the Sabres always so bad? They got so much land to practice on. It's mainly because the ownership, no matter, just doesn't know what they're doing and doesn't care that much. That's why. If they cared, they wouldn't be in this position right now. Just the interest of the owners is not the same as the interest of the fans. Was just listening to Are You Tough Enough, Stevie and Jimmy Rocks. How is that, Rick? Let me know. HBF, I'm eating a waffle just for a snack. Very interesting snack, to say the least. Rainiel Soda back in the chat saying hi. Changed his profile picture. Good to see you again, Rainiel. Hope you're doing well. Jacob says, Neil, do I have to watch this Vegas Golden Knights game? Please say no. No, you don't have to. You could watch the game that we're watching right now. As the puck has been dropped, and we are underway here in the third period of our game between the Winnipeg Jets and the New York Islanders. So we'll see what the Jets have. Let's see if the Jets have a response. That's kind of the big thing I want to see. Do the Jets have a response? They only scored 2 last night, but they got the win. Is that shot there by Blake Wheeler, and he scores? So 20 seconds in, the Jets right away have a response, and they're able to cut the deficit to 1 as Blake Wheeler, the captain, gets just his 8th goal of the season on a redirect, and it's now 3-2 Islanders. So it's just a shot by, I believe that was Josh Morrissey, I want to say. As actually, Wheeler was coming to the net, and the first shot got hit off the left leg of Stastny, hit off the skate of Wheeler, and then in. So a fluke goal for the Jets, but they'll take it nonetheless. So just 20 seconds into the third, the Jets have cut the deficit to 1, and we'll see here. Are they looking at it again to challenge it? We'll see. Looks like the ref actually wants to take a look to see if this was kicked in. Newmander says, what happened to the Devils after Berger retired? Everyone retired too? Yeah, the Devils just got old, and eventually they had to get to the point where they had to start rebuilding, and that's where we are right now. Is that shot? It didn't really look like it was kicked. I think this is still a good goal. I don't think it was kicked in. I think it just hit off the skate and in. That's the way I look at it. Cat Connor says, oh shoot. Say, oh my God, Daddy, if you hate Ovi or the Caps. Jesus. But looks like the ref has confirmed it's a good goal. And so just 20 seconds into the third, the Jets have cut the deficit to 1. 3-2 now is our score here between the Islanders and the Winnipeg Jets. James says, game on. And then Jacob goes, oh my God, Daddy, lol. Wowzers. Cat Connor says, challenging. Yep, but they did confirm the goal. So Blake Wheeler, who's having arguably his most difficult year in the NHL, getting just his 8th goal of the season. So it's crazy to think about where it's March 11th, and he still needs 2 more goals to at least get the double digits. It's really crazy how much he struggled. The funny thing, though, is that he's been able to get a lot of assists, but he just hasn't been able to find the back of the net. And, a freak goal like that kind of shows you exactly the type of year that Blake Wheeler's had. That he has to have something freaky like that happen in order for him to score. So, you guys said going to OT. We'll see. I predicted that this would go to a shootout 2-1. So my prediction's already wrong, but the Jets need 1 more here to tie the game and potentially have us go to overtime. So we'll see. Rickford said, GG, great finish coming up. I think that we're in store for a really good finish. That is 100% right on the nose there, Rick. As now the Islanders look to come the other way here. Pellet gets it over to Kyle Palmieri, who will just backhand it in as both teams make a quick change. As now Connor drops it off, and now here come the Jets the other way. 17 with the puck. Holtz takes a shot, and that one goes right into the breadbasket of Varlamov. It'll cover here. Face off in the Islander zone here. 18:38 to go in the third period. The Jets just 20 seconds in scored on a freak goal, but a goal nonetheless by Blake Wheeler, which cut the deficit to 1. James says, hey, chat, your thoughts on the Vancouver game? Vancouver win or lose? I think it's going to be a tough one for Vancouver. But if Thatcher Demko is playing, I would like to think that the Canucks, especially being at home, could steal one. But I'm going to say right now, I'm going to go with the Capitals to win 4-2. So Blake Wheeler's goal is 8th of the year as Beauvillier comes in with a shot, and he shot it wide. Good opportunity there, but couldn't cash in. As Scheifele and DeMello got assists on that Blake Wheeler goal, as that shot one-timer by the Jets goes high and wide. So Beauvillier came in on a 2-on-1, tried to go top shelf, but missed high of the net, but almost had a chance to regain the 2-goal lead there for the Islanders. Hold up, I just noticed OT and are the same words, but backwards. Yes, that is very true. Newmander says, don't know how to bet on hockey. Everything too fast, unpredictable. Usually what I suggest, Newmander, is to just bet the over or just bet the money line, which is basically just bet on a team you think is going to win and just put money down on them. And if you do bet, Newmander, make sure to sign up with DraftKings and use our promo code THPN. Jake Leshinen, one of our prospects, is playing tonight. Very cool. But it is now 5-2 Pittsburgh over the Golden Knights. So the Penguins have really pulled away here in the third period of that game. He is, and James says he is. As we got a new person in the chat saying Robbie A, thank you so much for the comment. We appreciate it. While you're here, my friend, make sure to leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe. It helps out the channel tremendously. Really do appreciate it. And let me know when you subscribe so I could shout you out here on the stream, as we're getting a penalty here, I believe, against the Jets. Just 3-0. Yeah, it was a trip. It was a trip as Barzal was trying to come into the zone. I believe it was Josh Morrissey. Yeah, he got Barzal on the right skate. So the Islanders 1 for 2 on the power play. Will look to try to get a power play goal here and try to regain the 2-goal lead as they lead it right now 3-2. Will be a good game. Could go either way. Talking about Vancouver and Washington. Faggio's happy about Wheeler as he jumps back into the chat. Vancouver block shots, get bruised. They do block a lot of shots, and they're going to have to block some big-time shots from Ovechkin. So basically taking an underdog every game since it's random. Yeah, you can do it that way, Newmander. That actually will allow you to get a bigger payout as that shot by Beauvillier is stopped. The Islanders look to try to get it back. They do. Nelson, top of the point over to Dobson, back to Beauvillier. Beauvillier with a shot, and that one is stopped and gloved by Hellebuck. What is going on, John? Good to see you again, buddy. Hope you're doing well today. John, while you're here, my friend, leave a like on the stream. It helps out the channel tremendously. He says, I needed the Vegas Golden Knights to win. They unfortunately did not. They are not going to. It doesn't look like it, as they're just about done with that one. 5-2 again, Pittsburgh over the Golden Knights. Minnesota, late in the third period, up 2-1 on Columbus. Trying to look online for a good t-shirt on a football or NHL shirt. All right, Kat, you can find it anywhere. There's so many websites to find a good one. What's the biggest rivalry in the NHL? Newmander asks. I would say it's good. It's a good question. That's a really good question. Right now, biggest rivalry. Maybe Toronto and Montreal? I don't know. Boston and Toronto? There's some good ones. I think so. It's a nice feed in front there to Zach Parise, but a better save there by Hellebuck. Islanders keeping it in, though. As now Beauvillier toe drag takes a shot, it gets blocked, and the Jets are able to clear it. But I would probably say still like maybe Toronto, Montreal, Boston, and maybe Montreal or Boston, Toronto. That would probably be the rivalry. Rangers, Islanders is still a pretty big rivalry as well. So that would be the way I would look at it. VGK versus the Penguins. James, sorry. Vegas is right now losing to the Penguins. At least Brossoit had positive points for me, I guess. Oh, that's a good victory for you there, Faggio. Nelson says, you're going to watch the Heritage Classic between the Sabres and Penguins tomorrow or not? That game's on Sunday, not tomorrow. And yes, I'm actually going to be doing a live watch-along for that one, guys. So yeah, the next live watch-along I do will be Sunday afternoon. This Sunday afternoon, the Heritage Classic, another outdoor game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Toronto Maple Leafs. So that should be a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys hang out with me, and for that one, it's going to be a special one, and I'm looking forward to doing that one with all of you. Calgary versus Edmonton. That's a good one. Battle of Alberta. That's become a pretty big one in recent years. So yeah, you can make an argument for that. HBF says, okay, Neil, help me. The freaking refs called nothing in the Leafs game yesterday, and AKA the refs are called blind bitches because they called nothing and someone was holding on to Matthew Stick in OT. What do you want me to help you with? All I can say to you is that's hockey. Unfortunately, sometimes refs suck. I mean, that just happens. It's sports, and particularly it's hockey. Sometimes the refs just don't do a whole lot. That's how it goes sometimes. Kat says, this is a crazy third. It's been a crazy third. Both teams with some good chances. Jets have the only goal so far. It's a close game. It's a good one here on a Friday night. Rick says, yep, Sunday. Yep, Sunday, 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. Heritage Classic, Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Buffalo Sabres. How about Penguins-Flyers rivalry? That's another really good one, Newmander. That's a very, very good one. That's certainly up there as well. I'll give you that. As that shot's deflected up in the air by the Jets. But fortunately for the Islanders, it doesn't go in. HPF says kill the refs. Fair enough. Cat says I just ordered a Tampa Bay Bucks t-shirt for the summer. Can't wait to wear it. Very cool, Cat. Very cool indeed. I'm sure it'll be an interesting upcoming season for the Buccaneers. First year without Tom Brady. It was short-lived, but obviously they were able to win a Super Bowl out of it, so I guess it was worth it at the end of the day. 13:28 to go here in the third period. Islanders holding on to a 3-2 lead right now. Bovilli intercepts it. He comes in with a backhand, and that one is stopped and out of play. Good save there by Hellebuck as we'll get a stoppage of play. 13:18 to go in the third period. Islanders clinging on to a 3-2 lead, and we'll step aside for just a moment to get another word from our sponsors.
All right, team, time to bet NFL games. Confidence.
I'm feeling a parlay with more legs than a spider.
So 9 legs?
Roll the dice, baby.
Indecision?
We picked one home favorite. I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Boring. 6-leg parlay, 2 home dogs, all hitting the over. Boom!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and feel the NFL action like never before.
So we're getting a big shout out to our sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. When you sign up for DraftKings, guys, as always, make sure to use our promo code THPN. Tell Neil Villapiano sent you. 12:47 to go here, and a backhand try by the Islanders right off the faceoff, and they score! And it's Josh Bailey again! Josh Bailey, who's having arguably his best game of the season, gets his 6th goal of the year, his 2nd of the game, and the Islanders, with 12:46 to go in the third, have regained a 2-goal lead. It's now 4-2. As Pajot got it top of the point, took a wrist shot, and then Bailey, standing on the right side on a rebound, just takes it to the backhand, toppity shelfity, beating Hellebuck, and giving the Islanders the 2-goal lead back. Let's see here. Let's see. Or should I say blind bitches? Fair enough. You can call them that. You can call them that. Fagio, are you sub to me? And are you hyped for the MSHL playoffs? Neil, you hyped for the MSHL playoffs? Of course I am, man. I'm super hyped. Excited to see who ends up coming out on top in the Mini Stick Hockey League, man. Really looking forward to it. Cat Connor says, oh, Josh Bailey. Yeah, Josh Bailey. Needing one more for the hat trick. Does he get it? We'll see. He's having himself a game today, and I'm sure the Islander fans who have loved him for a long time are super happy to see Bailey having a game today. What's going on, Andrew? Good to see you, buddy, as always. Hope you're doing well this evening. Andrew, while you're here, you already know, leave a like on the stream as well. You don't have to subscribe. You're already there, but make sure to leave a like on the stream. Would appreciate that 100%. Rick says, wow, 4-2. It is now indeed 4-2 on the most recent goal by Josh Bailey, his second of the contest. I'm doing pretty well, Andrew. I'm always excited to be doing these live watch-alongs and hanging out with you guys. And I love interacting with you and spending my Friday evening watching some hockey. Can't ask for much more. And said, I forgot to text you today. No worries, Andrew. I've been busy anyway, so it's all good, my friend. HBF says, okay, the Lightning are first in league and Leafs are second. So that's pretty good. Almost, it's kind of accurate to what the NHL standings is a little bit, HBF. So kind of interesting there. Kind of interesting. Vegas Golden Knights ended up losing to the Pittsburgh Penguins. They just ended that game. They lose 5-2 in Pittsburgh. Wow. The Blue Jackets ended up scoring a goal with just seconds to go to force overtime against the Wild. So we'll see if the Blue Jackets can complete the comeback in overtime or shootout. Andrew said, I just did. Thank you, Andrew. As always, man, I appreciate your support. I appreciate all of your guys' support 100%. And again, guys, if you like what you see, first of all, if you're new and you like what you see, make sure to leave a like on the stream, subscribe, and punch notification bell so you don't miss any new live watch-alongs that we do here on the Hockey Podcast Network. New live watch-alongs every single day here on the Hockey Podcast Network, covering every single team in the NHL, also international hockey as well, to say. I was just going to be saying the exact same thing there. But the Jets are coming into the zone now. Blake Wheeler waits, takes a shot, and that one is stopped by the breadbasket of Varlamov. And we get a face-off here in the Islander zone. 11:34 to go in the third period. The Islanders back up by 2. They lead it right now, 4-2. HBF says Leafs have one more game versus the Oilers, who have one more game. Then the Lightning will play the Avs for the Avs. Second game, and the Lightning last game in Vancouver game for Columbus. We won 8-0. Hashtag Mini Stick Hockey League ad. So that's another update from HBF for his Mini Stick Hockey League. Thank you as always, HBF. As now an opportunity for the Islanders get snuffed out by the Jets. Kat says, do you have any Michigan State sweatshirts? I don't think so. I do know, I think my brother still has a shirt. I think my dad probably has something as well. So we have a little bit of Michigan State apparel. Maybe we'll get some new stuff in the future. We shall see. Andrew says Jacob isn't happy tonight. No, I don't blame him. Another tough loss is now an opportunity for the Islanders. Palmieri with a shot that just trickles wide of the net. Islanders third line keeping it in. Palmieri with another try. That one's deflected. Wraparound try and a great leg pad save there by Hellebuck. Oh, I'm not sure who had the opportunity there, but a great opportunity nonetheless for the Islanders as they look to try to almost, with that goal, would have probably put this one out of reach. But Hellebuck came through with a really, really good leg pad save there. So we get an icing here. 10:40 to go in the third period. We'll see it again here. Kyle Palmieri started it. Good shot that just went wide of the net. I'd like to see a replay of the wraparound try. I believe it was Andy Green. And he did have an opening there, but he just couldn't tuck it in enough. And Hellebuck was able to get there just in time to get a good leg pad save in. Let's see here. So if the Devils make it because the Devils are second. All right, HBF. Thank you for that update, man. Kat says, OMG, absolutely. That was a close call if you're the Winnipeg Jets. Andrew says, oh my, this game. I know, it's been a good one. It's been a good one. So we'll see if the Islanders can get another one here and try to I would say, honestly, with the way this game's gone and the fact that we're just about to reach the halfway point of the third, that if the Islanders get the next goal to make it a 3-goal lead, that pretty much will put this one out of reach. That's the way that I look at it. Scheifele gets it over to Brendan Dillon, and now the Jets will slowly make their way going the other way. Gets it over to Connor, and Connor will dump it into the Islanders zone. 9:50 to go in this third period. Islanders still holding on to a 4-2 lead right now. Jets trying to get the puck, but it's intercepted by the Islanders, and now the Islanders come the other way. Anders Lee drops it off to Josh Bailey. Bailey with 2 goals tonight. looking for the hat trick potentially. Svechnikov now drops it off to Connor. Connor tried to feed it in front. That was taken away by Brock Nelson. And now Nelson gets pinned, gets checked in front of the Islanders bench. No penalty. Islanders are 7th in the division, but they have not played a game, and the Flyers are 8th. Another update from HBF as now here comes Barzal. Matthew Barzal holds, waits for his team, getting pinned, gets a nice feed. Backhand try there by Zach Parise is stopped and covered by Hellebuck. Oh, the former New Jersey Devil captain Zach Parise nearly with a goal there. But Hellebuck stops, and it will get a stoppage at play. 9:09 to go in the third period. Islanders still leading it here over the Jets. 4-2. We'll step aside for another moment to get another word from our sponsors.
All right, team, time to bet NFL games. Confidence.
I'm feeling a parlay with more legs than a spider.
So 9 legs.
Roll the dice, baby.
Indecision.
We pick one home favorite. I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Boring. 6-leg parlay, 2 home dogs, all hitting the over. Boom!
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and feel the NFL action like never before.
So as always, shout out to our sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. Make sure when you sign up for DraftKings, guys, to use our promo code THPN. 8:35 to go here in the third period. Islanders right now with a 4-2 lead over the Winnipeg Jets. Can the Jets mount a comeback, or are the Islanders going to lock it down and get themselves a victory on home ice? Let's see here. Islanders is on fire these games. Yeah, they've been playing a lot better of late. That is for sure, Andrew.
They still suck.
By the way, my brother, who you guys have heard before, he's sitting next to me, so he's going to make stupid comments as we continue here.
Wait, ask your
Neil,
friend.
hold on. I'm reading comments. Neil, to be honest with you, I hope the Devils make the playoffs in the Mini Stick Hockey League. That would be better than where the Devils. That would be better than where the Devils are going to finish in the NHL. So yeah, I really do hope they make the playoffs.
Wait,
As that shot there is stopped, and another opportunity for the Jets, and that one's kicked aside. Josh Morrissey keeps it in now. Jets trying to create an opportunity. Morrissey with the puck. Morrissey holds, takes a wrist shot, and that one is shouldered aside by Varlamov. Jets acting like it's a power play, but it's 5-on-5 right now. Islanders trying to get it out, and can they back it out? They can. So now let's see. I don't care. I don't care with the Leafs anymore. Andrew called the refs blind bitches. It's kind of true. Shut up. Any plans for tomorrow and this weekend? I'm planning on having some friends over tomorrow, and then I'm doing a live watch along of the Heritage Classic, the outdoor game between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Buffalo Sabres, which starts at 3:30, 4 o'clock right here on the Hockey Podcast Network. Andrew says, are you drinking wine tonight? Of course, my friend. I am drinking the wine. Almost done with it as this game's coming to an end. As that shot by the Islanders is stopped and gloved by Hellebuck with 7:01 to go in the third period. The MSHL is cool, right, Neil? Yeah, absolutely. It's a dope league. Kat says, haha, your brother is funny. Yeah, he just makes assholeian comments every now and then. Kat also says, I think the Devils, if they were in the NFL, they would be 10 times worse than the Giants and Jets. I really don't know about that. HBF says, Neil, don't tell your brother to shut up. All right. HBF, I won't. All right, what do you want to say?
Ask your fans what the name of our Yankees podcast is.
All right, so my brother, who obviously is hyped up that baseball season is coming, I suggested jokingly that he and I should do a Yankees podcast together because I feel like it would be funny because Jeff is a very funny guy. And so we're trying to figure out names for our podcast as that shot by the Jets is deflected out of play. So we get a face-off here in the Islanders zone with 6:37 to go in the third period. Islanders still up 4-2. So what do you guys think? Can you guys give us some suggestions on Yankee podcast names that involve two brothers? Would love to know. Let us know in the chat. Andrew says, how old is your brother and do you have fights with your brother? My brother is 26? Yeah, he's 26. And yeah, we have fights, not like what we used to. We just fight about sports. I think we just fight about sports. He says, okay, now you can tell him to shut up. So see, now he's telling you to shut up. Really? HBF is telling my brother to shut up. Cat Connor says, I laughed my ass off because of your brother. Yeah, he can be funny sometimes. He can be funny. That's what Cat says. Andrew says, what's his team? In what sport, Cat? I mean, Jeff, you want to just tell him what your favorite teams are in each sport?
Let's see. I'm a big fan of the Samsung Lions and Korean baseball.
He starts with Korean baseball. We're off to a good start. Keep going.
I'm a Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Oh my God, Jeff! Get to the sports.
We're Canadian.
All right, no, not everybody's Canadian.
Where are they from?
Oh, I think Andrew's from Florida or he's from the United States. So no. Jeff is a Jets fan and a Raiders fan in football. He's a Yankee fan in baseball. He's a Nets fan in basketball, and he's a Devils fan when he wants to be in hockey. So that's the teams that he likes. Wow. Cat Connor, as we get a fight here, Josh Bailey and Neil Pionk pushing and shoving after the whistle. Josh Bailey, if he gets into an official fight, he'll be 2/3 of the way from a freaking Gordie Howe hat trick. As Bailey is chirping with the ref as well, saying, what the hell, man? As looks like the ref is pointing to the sin bin. Looks like we're going to get some offsetting minor penalties here.
I love that you call it the sin bin.
That's what they call it in hockey. You've never heard that one?
I've never heard that.
So Josh Bailey looks like he is going to the sin bin. So I don't think it's going to count as a fight. So that kind of stinks. So we're getting a stoppage of play right now with 6:22 to go in the third period. We'll see a replay again. Number 5 of the Jet. Oh, he hit Josh Bailey. Bailey took exception to that, and then they just decided to push and shove after the whistle as number 5 of the Jets just kind of took a dive there, which is kind of funny. Cat Connor suggests that we call ourselves the Yank Brothers.
The Yank Brothers?
Yank Brothers. He doesn't sound too wild about that.
Yank.
Can I get an MSHL? All right, I think Jeff's favorite team in the mini stick hockey league is the Devils.
Dude, is that a real thing?
Yeah, it's a real thing. Look it up. Go on YouTube and type in hockey's biggest fan and go subscribe to his channel. And he does mini stick hockey. I'm being serious. Stop laughing at it. It's a real thing. Yes. The Columbus Blue Jackets came back, scored a late goal to tie the game and force overtime, and they ended up beating the Minnesota Wild in a shootout and winning the game 3-2. So we got offsetting minor penalties here between both teams. Josh Bailey got 2 minutes for roughing, and Brendan Dillon got 2 minutes for roughing as well. And we have 6 minutes to go here in the third period. Opportunity, wraparound try by Brock Nelson is stopped by Hellebuck. The Islanders still holding on to a 4-2 lead. HBF is from Ottawa, so we got another Canadian boy in here. Cat Connor says, what the hell? I know, it was a meeting of the minds there a little bit there between Bailey and Dillon. Cat Connor says, WTF. Andrew cannot believe that, I don't know what he's saying. He says, what, Jeff? I'm not sure what you were implying to. Let me know what you mean, Andrew. Jeff, you are not in my league. Oh, there you go. There you go. Apparently you're not on the same level as Andrew.
In what?
I don't know. That's what he just said. Andrew, be more specific is what you mean. Kat says, oh, Jeff rooting for different countries, LOL. I don't know if he's rooting for different countries. He just loves these random sports leagues in other countries like Korean baseball. He's also a big Canadian football guy. As a backhand try by Shifley is stopped and covered by Varlamov. Great opportunity there for Mark Shifley, but he couldn't bury it and will get a stoppage of play. 5:04 to go in the third. Back and forth action right now, with the Islanders still leading it 4-2 here over the Winnipeg Jets. HBF says your brother is mean. Yeah, don't laugh and insult the Mini Stick Hockey League. Go subscribe to it. Go subscribe to it.
Bullshit.
I know. My brother can be mean, HBF, so don't take it personally. He's like that with everybody. But we are, Cat Connor says Jeff is the GOAT. So there you go.
Fact.
You got haters and supporters in the chat.
Thank you.
HBF says, I got to go, my guys. See you later. No worries, HBF. Thank you so much, as always, man, for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Leave a like on the stream before you go. Helps out the channel tremendously. He also says, hit Jeff. I'm not going to hit Jeff, but I'll yell at him after the stream. Thank you so much, HBF. We'll see you in the next one, man. Thank you, as always, for the support. Andrew says, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, Jeff is Jeff. Let's put it that way. But we will step aside for just a moment to get another word from our sponsors. So anyways, guys, shout out to our sponsors at DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this live watch along and everything we do here at the Hockey Podcast Network. Make sure to use our promo code we sign for DraftKings THPN as the Islanders with the empty net, they score. And I believe it's Cal Clutterbuck who buried it. And with 4:44 to go in the third, the Islanders have all but put this one away. It's now 5-2 on just the sixth goal of the season for Cal Clutterbuck. So the Jets decide to pull their goaltender. Clutterbuck just got it in the right face-off circle zone and shot it right down into the empty net. And now this game feels like it's pretty much all said and done. What does Jeff think about the Houston Astros in that playoff series where they cheated? Jeff?
They're cheating little bitches.
So there you go. HBF says, is Jeff not a bitch? Now I got to go. Jeff is a bitch to me. Tell him to say sorry to me. You have to say sorry. You have to say, you were laughing at his Mystic Hockey League and said it didn't exist. So say sorry. Say you're sorry. Say you're sorry.
I'm going to look it up and then I'll say sorry.
Subscribe to it. HBF, he'll subscribe to your channel. That's how he'll say sorry. But Cat Connor says, bullseye, baby. RJ says, Dippy Jeff, what looks like Bob Nelson.
Is this, wait.
You got sick. Dude, you say you look like Bob Nelson. That's great.
Wait, is this, what's the name of the channel?
Hockey's biggest fan. That's the name of his channel. For the love of God. Jeff is a weird brother. I like CFL only for Argos. Dude, join the party. I'm also a Toronto Argos fan, Andrew, so we can both cheer against his Saskatchewan Rough Riders who are overrated. But HBF says yes, that would be fine. He says yes, sir.
I just subscribed.
All right, so there you go, HBF. You got a new subscriber from my brother for the Mini Stick Hockey League, so that's awesome. 3:33 to go in the third period. Islanders just added an empty net goal by Cal Clutterbuck, and as a result, it is 5-2 Islanders. So it looks like the Islanders, barring a major collapse, are on their way to getting themselves back-to-back victories and off to a good start here on the weekend. And Cat Connor says, "Oh, Jeff." So there you go. See, Cat seems to like you a lot.
Thanks, Cat.
Jeff says thanks if you didn't hear him. 3 minutes exactly to go in the third period. And the Jets, at the end of the day, they really, those two goals in a span of 40 seconds back in the beginning of the second period really kind of deflated the Jets. And yeah, they cut the deficit to 1 early in this third, but they just couldn't muster enough to get the next one. It's Kyle Palmieri with a wrist shot that just goes wide of the net. As now the Jets have it now. I believe that's Scheifele. Gets it over. The Jets look to come the other way. Danelle says, looks like the Islanders will get the win over the Jets. Yeah, like I said, barring some crazy collapse, you only got 2:20 to go here, and the Jets trailing by 3 goals. Andrew says, this game is unbelievable. It's been a good game. It has been a good game, but the Islanders have just been a little bit better. Cat Connor says, no problem to Jeff. So there you go. So you do got one biggest supporter. You can talk to me after the stream. We got 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Nobody wants to hear your nonsense. So now the Islanders have the puck in the offensive zone. Adam Pelech with it. 1:48 to go in the third. So both teams look to just play out the rest of this third period and just kind of put this game away. Islanders keeping the pressure though. Matt Barzal has it. Gets it off to number 6. I already blacked out as to who that. As that shot there is stopped and covered by Hellebuck. So we'll get a face-off in the Jet zone with 1:28 to go in the third period. The Islanders still having a 5-2 lead. Andrew says, Jeff, I'm sorry. Do you want to be friends again?
Is this Mini Stick?
No, it's Andrew. Andrew was also.
Do 50 push-ups and then.
Andrew, yeah. So Jeff wants you to do 50 push-ups and then he'll do that. Does Jeff have an Instagram? LOL. Should I plug it? Should I plug it?
The meme account.
All right. So Jeff, my brother has a meme account because he's also a Las Vegas Raiders fan. And he has a meme account called that basically he just posts Raiders memes. And he's trying to get more support for it. So let me put it in the chat. Jeff, what is it? At what?
Here.
No, just tell me.
Right,
tell me.
Josh McDaniels.
So it's at JOSH.
Yes.
McDaniels underscore NFT period
S.
S.
That's it.
All right. So to answer your question, Kat, does Jeff have an Instagram? I'm not giving you his personal. I will give you his meme account. So if you want to follow my brother for hilarious memes about the Raiders and football in general, make sure you follow at Josh McDaniels underscore NFT.S. What's the S for? All right, he doesn't know. But that is his meme account. And help support my brother as he continues to try to make the best football meme account on the planet. As we're getting a penalty here against the Jets, it's Mark Scheifele. So with 1:28 to go in the third, and the Islanders up by 3, unless the Islanders score, the Jets, the Islanders will be on the power play for basically the rest of the game. Andrew says, yeah, Cat. And then Cat Connor says K. So there you go, Jeff. You might be getting some new followers on your meme page relatively soon. And so the Jets just try to whack it out of the zone. They do. As now we're into the final minute of play here in this one. Is now the Jets with a short-handed chance that just goes wide of the net. But now here come the Islanders. 2-on-1. Parise with Bailey with a shot. And that one is stopped by Hellebuck. And then the Jets clear. Josh Bailey with an opportunity to get the hat trick. But Hellebuck comes up with the save. Andy, Front Row Productions, just came back in the chat. I just hit $225 in the casino. That is awesome, Andy. Good for you, man. Good for you indeed. Andrew is telling Jeff to do 200 push-ups.
Already did.
He already did. So he knew ahead of time, apparently. So there's that. But we get a face-off here in the Jets zone. As like I said before, this one's all but wrapped up as they show a replay of the Josh Bailey chance on the 2-on-1. Tried to go stick side, but Hellebuck made the save. Otherwise, that would have given Josh Bailey the hat trick there. Cat Connor says, game over, maybe 5-2 Islanders. Got 33.2 to go, but yes, this one is pretty much all but over. Andy's also saying, hey, everybody, good to see you as always, Andy. Appreciate you hanging out with us as always. 25 seconds to go here in the third. Islanders are just going to kind of slowly but surely run out this clock. 18 seconds to go. Islanders still have the puck in the offensive zone. Jets intercepted and look to come the other way for one last chance. Kyle Connor gets it over to 21 with a shot. That one gets blocked. 5 seconds to go here. Another one last chance. That one gets blocked again. 3 seconds, 2-1. And that will do it as the Islanders win both games of their back-to-back and win this one over the Jets by the score of 5-2. So the Islanders, they really shut the door in the third period. Yes, the Jets cut the deficit to 1 early and make it 3-2, but they got 2 goals in the third to win this one in a pretty convincing fashion, 5-2 over the Winnipeg Jets. So that is a good victory for the Islanders and a good start to their weekend as they'll play the Anaheim Ducks on Sunday at home to wrap up the weekend. Danelle says, my score was Islanders 5-1 over the Jets. So yeah, Danelle, you were very close. So I want to give you credit where credit is due. Cat Counter says, GG, what a great Friday night with you. All Islanders win. Have a great weekend. I will see you on the next stream. Win. No worries, Cat. Thank you so much, as always, for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Danelle says, good for Varlamov for getting a win for himself. Yeah, I mean, he ended up actually playing pretty well, and he got some goal support, so that's good.
Fuck everything up.
Jeff, I like Neil a lot, not you.
Wow.
That's and Jeff is not happy about that. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it here for this live watch along here on the Hockey Podcast Network. Thank you guys, as always, for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. Before we go, make sure to leave a like on the stream, subscribe, and punch notification bell so you don't miss any new live watch-alongs that we do right here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Andrew says, GG for the game. No worries, Andrew. Thank you, as always, for the support. Make sure to follow us on social media at HockeyPodNet. Follow me on Twitter at THENVPSHOW and on Instagram at NVPQB11. Go subscribe to the Devil's State of Mind podcast, which covers all things New Jersey Devils. You can find that wherever you listen to podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter also at Devil State, Instagram at Devil's State of Mind, and like us on Facebook as well. Jacob says, yeah, fuck Jeff. Neil is hotter. So there you go. Jacob came back in the chat one last time. Danelle says, we all like you, Neil. I know, and I like all of you guys as well, and I appreciate your guys' support. Andrew said, he told me to do 60 push-ups. He told me to do 60 push-ups, 50. I think he ended up doing 10 more than you asked. So there you go.
Wow,
so I think Andrew and Jeff are friends again. But again, thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight on this live watch along, and we will see you in the next live watch along. Once again, the final score here from this one. The Islanders are victorious at home as they beat the Winnipeg Jets by the score of 5-2. Everyone, continue to be the awesome people that you are. Thank you as always for your support. And as I always say at the end of every live watch along, rock on.